So this will be our first live stream. If you are with us today, welcome. You're one of the original. And let's see, we're kind of just a group of friends that have been playing for a couple of years now. We started a brand new campaign October-ish of this year, and we wanted to invite you all in. We are playing in Matt Mercer's world of Exandria, and we are on the continent of Tal'Dorei. It's a homebrew, but based in Exandria. We'll be here every Friday night at 9:30. We'll let you know if there's any exceptions to that. And I want to go around and just get some character introductions for you real quick. So I am Charissa. I'll be your DM in this adventure, and we'll just start right here. Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, name's Christopher, and I play an Aasimar. That's a fighter and a sorcerer, storm-based. I use Thor as a template. He even has a hammer. That's kind of cool, but doesn't have all of the powers yet. I haven't been banished, but I come from the air elemental plane, and I had to exit rather quickly because there was a blue dragon that invaded it, and there was a big battle. And anyway, now I'm in this world, trying to figure out what to do, how to get back, and so forth and so on. Yeah, that's Beur. Oh, his name is Beur. That's what I say.
Well, just in case you missed.
I'm Jonathan. I'm playing Crowley. He's a fallen Aasimar fighter. He has some questionable friends, and
I'll say.
some may say better good friends. Some would say that.
Me.
So-
Would he say that?
It was me.
I'm not sure.
We'll find out.
Yeah. It's your turn.
Oh yes. So, my name's Katie, and I am playing an Aasimar as well. She is a Protector Aasimar cleric, life cleric, and she, if you saw her, she has beautiful, long, flowing golden hair, also about mid-back, bright blue eyes, a quick smile. She's dressed in finery, unless she's out adventuring, and then she's wearing chainmail and a big shield on her back. She always has on her, slung over one shoulder like a messenger bag, a strip of fine leather that's got sewn in detailing and scrolling on it, and it's attached to and sewn into the binding of a book. And the book is an encyclopedia. It has a little clasp on it, so if she needs it, she can sling it up and open it up and find out some information. She's wonderful, and I love her.
There's some children's encyclopedia, right?
It's the encyclopedia
Exandria.
Exandria.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's quite official. Yeah.
We did have a children's book earlier.
Yeah, we have what is it? Monster with the Seeds.
Yes, the mythical creature ABCs.
Yeah. And that's been quite useful for our journey.
Well, until it got soaked through.
It did get soaked.
B is for basilisks.
It
Of course it was. What else
You
would it
could
be?
write it.
A is for.
I'm sorry. That's as far as I got.
Oh,
I skipped around a bit.
Yeah, you did skip to
kind of,
The picture was prettier on Basilisk.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a cute basket, like a little chippy
I went
basket.
over it pretty quickly. I was looking for other kinds of more deeper tones. That was kind of like,
Sure.
I've seen this one before.
Mm-hmm.
But the lessons didn't stick with me, I guess, because I can't remember what A was.
You gotta flush
It's
some of
Aarakocra,
that.
but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't necessarily have thought of that as a monster, so there you go.
That's true. Mythical creatures.
Mythical creatures.
But they are mostly monsters.
Okay. Maybe the Navaleth then.
Oh, that's true. You gotta read volume 2.
Those can't be real. They have to be mythical.
It might be too scary for kids. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm Justin. I'm actually playing a character that was an NPC in the last one, so I don't really know everything about Drio Fengar the Diviner, but I do know that he probably goes by Fen because it's a little bit easier to say than Drio Fengar. He's a scholar from Vasselheim and has found his way to the Frostweald to do some research into what might be causing the Curse of Strife. And I don't even know what that means yet. So there's a lot to learn. but got captured by these. My notes are.
That's okay. I can do a recap. No
Yeah,
worries.
got captured by some bad guys. Met some other people who also got captured by those bad guys. They sprung me out of jail, so we're pretty tight. And currently trying to fight my way out of this so that I can continue my research and maybe find the solutions that I've sought out here in Frontsville.
So that's our party that we'll be playing with tonight. You'll probably see Justin back in a different role at some point. So he's a guest on our show and also helping us with the stream. Thank you. We're brand new to this, so
we set
bear
up in
with
4.5
us.
hours last time.
Yes.
It took 30 minutes or less this time.
Yes.
So
Next time we'll cut it in half again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
soon it will instantly
Just
yeah.
up. We do want to give a shout out to Caitlin Ritter for her amazing character art that she did for us. You can find more of her amazing work. She's on Tumblr as Critter with a K. We love critters, obviously. We're playing in Tal'Dorei, and Caitlin's one of our favorites. And I will give you a bit of an update of what we did, especially because this is our last one. I have too much written out here, but I'm going to tell you so that you can be a bit caught up. And then we will jump right in to this terrible situation that we find ourselves in. Don't know how it's going to go, but we'll find out. So our group of mostly Aasimar acquaintances have left their home in Stilben. They went on a journey to the Frostfield, each one having kind of a different reason for that journey. They battled goblins on the way, met shepherds, partied with some fae, fought some basilisks, and met with a Shadar-kai woman named Morinir. She's going to be important, remember that name. And she seems to have expected them. After going out on a scouting mission with her and failing both to be stealthy and to hide, they were taken prisoner.
What?
Was that a targeted comment?
Was that what? I don't. They were given opportunities to be more stealthy. One of the anyway. You subscribe to our Patreon, you can get early access to the recordings and find out more. But they were taken prisoner by the Shadar-kai. They were able to overcome the exhaustion that was forced on them in that prison by using a pretty powerful illusion spell that Morinir brought to them secretly. And then they, because of that just strong constitution that seemed almost superhuman, the Shadar-kai decided that they came to them at the right time to be part of this ascension ritual for the KithLord to become a Gloom Weaver. The KithLord is the second in command. And so they came up with a little strategy of what they would like to do. Morinir finally revealed why she wanted them to be there. There are 2 SoulJars that the KithLord has. One of them contains his very soul. They seem to be bound by a curse to the Shadowfell realm, plane. And because of that, they try to put their soul into this jar to bind them into this material plane. He's promised the other SoulJar to his highest KithLord, and this ascension to Gloom Weaver would do that for this particular person. So they have been marched out to the battlefield.
We're all going.
I know.
Are you buffering? I think we're good.
What does boot mean? Are we back?
I believe we are.
Show's live. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
should
it
be
shows
good.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's me saying we are offline. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you streaming?
I'm handling the chat.
Very chatty today.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining us. If you do type in that, Katie will be watching that for us here and there. And we might take a break at some point, probably between little things, and see if we can answer some questions or just give you some shout outs. We really appreciate you following us. We know it's our very first time.
Someone goes, you guys are alive.
Yeah, thank you.
Just kidding.
We do need that.
Watch this. Buffering, okay. This being not read, bad.
We're learning.
Yay! Alright, so today we find our party in the middle of an outdoor arena in the frozen woods of the Frostweald. Just outside the camp that they were being held in, their hair and capes are currently blowing dramatically about them in the cold chill of the otherwise still and quiet clearing, with the reflection of their armor glinting off of the snowy ground beneath them. The KithLord across the way turns slowly, pulls his spear from his back, and holds it in place in front of him, looking to the KithLord for permission to begin the battle.
Sorry, yes. What, maybe we could come to some sort of other, just like a different, solution.
Pulls his spear back.
Yes. Alright, I'm gonna ready and
I don't think he's listening, Manuel.
that's fair. It's fair.
The KithLord raises his hand into the air.
I'm ready and guiding bolt.
Okay, as you start
I
to...
waited.
No.
Oh, we're not.
no,
Okay.
no, we're not friends.
As you're ready to action, he drops his hand. Everybody roll for initiative.
Let's go.
Initiative.
First rolls. Oh, this
How are they? How are they? Oh, it's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's actually fine.
You gave me your crappy dice, which I requested for this, and
You're welcome.
indeed, it has rolled a 5.
Crappy
As
dice
for
for
you.
the DM. What'd you roll?
3.
Ooh, alright.
Modifier. I'm not gonna bring up the bottom of the round that I thought I would.
It's Dex, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you've got a little bonus.
Ah, thanks D&D Beyond.
Veyor, what do you have?
15.
Crowley, you said 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was 5.
5? What is it?
Nope, that's what she rolled.
Oh.
Whoops. I was paying attention.
17 for Menial.
17 for Minil.
Quite initiated.
Yes.
Ben's clocking in at 7.
7.
So is it Dryofinger or Finn? Which do you
Finn is easier.
prefer?
Most people don't mispronounce Finn, so.
It's the first I've heard of it. I apologize for asking.
It's like he got so much more
That's
personality.
okay. We've had a lot to deal with, so
Now's the time to talk
introductions
about
can come after we survive the battle.
this. Feel sure. It's like to know who I'm fighting with.
Ben kind of gets like a distant look and it's like, our probability's good.
Finn dissociates.
That's good news. Hey, I have good news for you.
Good news?
Good news, good news.
I wasted my good roll. That's the bad news, kids.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay.
I did.
So first up in the round we have Menial.
Yeah, it's guiding bolt. Yeah. Range spell attack. 12 plus 5. 17 versus AC?
Yes, that hits.
Okay. Oh boy.
We're fighting this guy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Again, I didn't exist last week, so.
Yes. This is a fair question.
Some things trying to learn on the fly.
I'll switch on the battle cam here so you can see a little easier. But these two little gray figures in the corner are the KithLord and his third in command that are watching that.
So Benial raises her hands and says, I tried. And just blasts him with this giant flash of light. And it's 13 points of radiant damage. And the next attack roll has advantage for whoever attacks him next. And he's got like a light glowing around him.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So So we start our battle out with Miniel, who tried so hard to convince him not to, raising her arms with this great divine energy, sending it straight to him as he readies his spear. It comes right at him, and he is glowing, which gives him a bit of a pull back from that. He doesn't care for that divine light. Next up, amazingly, what happens is you hear a bit of a rumbling, and it seems to be coming from behind you. Suddenly, there are appearing, I don't have these minis, so you're gonna have to use your imagination. They are basilisks right now, but I swear they're not. I swear. These are actually elk that approach the battlefield and start running through.
Oh, good. For a moment, I thought they were basilisks.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Something in the water again. With Sharpies.
So these elk start running onto the battlefield. Two of them make it on. The rest seem to be diverted a bit, and they have appeared, causing a little bit of drama behind them. The KithLord looks at what's happening here, turns to his second, whispers something, and she exits and takes a bit of the crowd with her. And you still have quite a few people. You started with a couple dozen, and you still have about 16 people there. But she has left the field for now.
Who?
The second gray figure. You can actually remove her. She's walking around, and we'll get there.
But the jars are still there.
The jars are still there, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the KithLord is still there, but she starts to move away. The other way, towards the. Yeah.
This way.
And then,
This way.
yeah, there-ish.
Off the field.
Towards the thing that has appeared. Vaor, you're up next.
Alright, I will do a witch bolt. I'm trying to do, but I have advantage. Ooh.
I should probably mark our age to spell, by the way.
Yes, please keep
idea.
track. There's no way I will keep track.
Natural 20.
Whoa! Someone on this stream is lucky. You better keep tuning in.
Please don't leave.
Shh, they can smell your desperation.
Oh no!
I mean, or not, whatever.
Whatever. We're so chill.
Okay, so hit target.
So just out of curiosity, DM, because I know
Yes.
different DMs do crits differently. So how does CritFire D&D handle critical rolls?
Oh, CritFire, you roll twice.
Okay, cool.
Yes. We don't have enough players that we have to worry about that
Sure.
taking time. So
Yeah.
we just follow the book.
2 dice, then plus modifier.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for you.
Before you hop in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
not because I totally didn't know what to expect.
He's the character we placed here to give all the exposition and ask those questions.
It's a community service, really. I'm one of you, just on this side of the screen.
It's a roll twice.
Yes.
19.
18.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I should Most of them are level 3 right now. So.
Yeah, I updated them.
Okay.
That means a lot for us, yeah. For the cleric to get 13 was also like, what?
It's really impressive, actually. I probably should have adjusted this.
Don't worry about it.
Nah.
Okay, so it says that so when I hit, the target takes the 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically.
Okay. So are you concentrated?
Yeah.
Have a
You
marker.
got concentrated. You got a
That's a
3D
good way to
printer
do
for
it.
Christmas, and it's
Yeah,
all-
we did.
He's concentrating.
Thinking about it.
So what was the damage total? I'm sorry.
19.
19. Okay.
How could you forget?
I'm sorry. All right. So you fire this, you come up with this great bolt of lightning that comes from your fingers with your blue energy, very reminiscent of a certain hero. And it fires across the field.
Copyright.
A
It's a
certain hero,
mythological
it
figure.
could be anyone. And it fires across the field at this lit up figure and runs through his body, creating quite a problem. He seems to lock up onto his spear as it comes up through the snow. Well done. That hurt.
Wait, so he's paralyzed?
No,
he's just
while he got shocked.
Oh,
Yeah.
that it hurt.
It hurt.
Okay.
I'm just listening. I'm giving it a little flavor.
Thank you.
I always picture that because the witch bolt is a repeatable effect. I always think of like the Emperor Palpatine lightning, where he's just like,
Continues.
and then like each turn he just gets to keep doing it.
I love it. And that wonderful blue energy is reflected all through the snow, which makes it just that much
Beautiful.
cooler.
Oh.
It hurts my eyes.
I pointed my hammer. That's how you guys.
Oh, with your hammer?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Fire from the hammer. It still hurts my eyes.
Same. Alright.
Also, there's elk behind us. I just remembered.
Yeah.
R, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I just said that for whoever's next.
Well, next up actually is unfortunately the KithLord. Yes. As his body locks up onto this, he seems to have some emotion, which is hard to gather from these, but it doesn't seem to be exactly unhappy emotion. He seems to enjoy this battle. And from there, he is going to actually first. He is going to cast an armor spell on himself as his action, and then he's going to step forward. Will you help me with the moving of? Thank you. He's going to come forward just 20 feet. Yes, and close in some of that gap. And then he is going to take the spear and he is going to throw it, because he does have a multi-attack, at Veor with your lightning.
Yeah.
Lava.
Oh, Baba. You have a crazy AC. So 16 to hit.
Nope.
Slides right past him. The
Is that
spear
my
goes, yes, reflects off his shield, flies away behind him into the battlefield, just off where some spectators are, and they just kind of dodge out of the way for a second. Actually, you know what? Yeah, they dodge out of the way. It's kind of like, if you've ever been to like a roller derby, how they start like coming out like into, it's kind of like that. This is like no boundaries here. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Finn, you're up next.
Well, Finn is not accustomed to the battlefield, and people have started throwing lightning and throwing spears, and there's elk stampeding. So
That's fair.
he's gonna do what comes naturally to him and cast Mage Armor on himself. He'll pull out his book and just be like, "I know it's in here somewhere." Just clunk, kind of like put this sort of magical helmet on himself that just sort of unfolds in a sort of magic sort of coat over himself. He's like, "All right, we're good." And then trying to get away from the elk stampede, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Slide over to the side, just a little bit away, maybe even back one, and that'll.
Just away.
Finn has left the battlefield. No.
No, I'm assuming we're in some kind of like arena. We're surrounded by spectators, and
Mhm.
people are like, "Yeah, kill him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very stoic about it. Occasionally there's like a raised eyebrow.
Oh no, they're just silent. My anxiety increases.
Yes, it's like really eerie. You've like seen battles before, and there's usually that use the chair. Not today.
Is there like golf clapping like?
No, nothing. Silence. It's really eerie.
I don't like it.
I know. It feels like one of those weird dreams, really.
Well, that'll be everything from Finn.
Yes. Okay. Very nice, then. Next up is your paladin friend, Bolin Trin, that you
Forgot about it.
also met. Yes. He is being played by a lady there, because that's the closest thing to paladin that I have in my minis. Yes, a dwarven lady she's pretty cool, but he actually is more human-like. He's about 6 foot tall and has some long elf-like ears, but longer, and it doesn't have that like slim elven body. It's more human. And he was looking rough last time. Just to catch everyone up,
Oh right.
Yeah.
This person is my friend. I'm trying.
Should have healed him.
Well, they brought him back from death. He did have a long rest, but he still seemed. Remember when he came back from death? There was some like time in between where you have a sense that something happened to him, and you didn't know what.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
We had an
It's
episode.
very disturbed.
He was very disturbed, very quiet, reserved, kind of a little sunken in and big dark circles and things. But did seem to be himself when you spoke to him, just more reserved. But he is on the battlefield with you, and as a paladin, he is going to, let me tell you, he's going to, he's going to get pretty excited about this. So he's going to take a few steps forward, ignoring the advice that they gave you last time. His speed is 30 feet. He's going to go the whole way.
Oh boy. Whoops.
Whoopsies.
Oops.
Is he gonna climb up right in front?
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
Yeah.
No, be careful!
Yep, that's what you say as he wanders away.
As he leaves.
And he is going to go ahead and use his warhammer here. But first, no, he's just going to do that this time because I need to catch up on what else he can do. He's going to attack him with a 17 to hit, which just hits. And he's going to do 8 damage. Nope. 2-handed. So sorry. 11 damage. To the person in front of him. So he takes his warhammer and just slams it into him. And it kind of, at this point, with that much damage, he's starting to bleed a little, and it's a little dark blood. It's not quite red. It's like this dark, strange thing, and it just starts to come across the snow in this little pattern. He kind of turns his head with the warhammer and comes right back, not seeming to care much about what just happened. Crowley.
Okay. I will move in front of Drowfinger.
Ben.
It's Ben!
That's what I said. And cast Firebolt.
Probably that's okay.
Yes.
I cast Firebolt. 16.
16 just misses.
Oh.
So the fire comes across. What's the range on firebolt?
120, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's impressive. So you fire the firebolt towards him, but he manages to just duck out of the way, barely, and it goes past him off the battlefield, into the crowd.
Give him the roll for damage.
This time, one of the Shadar-kai that are observing, they don't manage to dodge out of the way. They're going to take some burn. Go ahead and roll damage to the spectator.
It's just so well on screen.
Yes, you don't see it, but that happens.
Then he'll just go,
4 damage.
4 damage, okay. Yeah, they're fine. Yep, little Wilhelm scream, and then what the good news is that they have blocked it from catching fire to the woods behind it.
Oh, jeez,
so,
that's the last thing.
yeah, they caught a little fire, but you didn't hit the main guy. Then
Okay, yeah, I should have prepared something. Okay, so I am going to, I think, just do, just gonna do Sacred Flame.
He's got to make some kind of save, right? Or is this a different spell?
Yeah, it's a dex saving throw. I'm sorry.
Dex saving
I
throw?
know things. Yeah.
19.
Okay.
I would like to use one of my features where Fenn is a diviner. So previously he sort of made an arcane attempt to divine the future and saw a couple of things that would happen. So this is one of the things that he saw, where he saw this holy light sort of light up this villain. So in this moment, I'm going to use one of the portent die rolls that I saved and change his roll into a 7.
A 7, yeah. Nice job.
Cool.
Then looks into the future. His eyes go hazy for a moment in the battle.
I remember this.
And indeed, he failed. He starts to move out of the way, and it's like slow motion all of a sudden as you see things start to change.
And
And
oh no, I can't see. And yeah, the flame goes right at him and hits him for 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna do a bonus action. I'm gonna use my. I've actually never done this before, so I'll probably do this wrong. My spiritual weapon, which is my book.
Like,
Throw the book.
Actual book, or like a copy of the book. So I guess it's just a copy of it that I made, but it's just the encyclopedia.
Sure.
So that's gonna what?
It's probably pretty big, right?
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like normal book, and then how much?
Encyclopedia. Like okay, it's right here.
So it's
What
like
is
10
it?
times bigger?
Yeah.
Or is it like,
It's a big. Yeah.
it's a big guy.
A big boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we came to your house and tried to sell you and you're...
Yeah. I got sold this by a traveling salesman actually.
You keep this strapped to your person at all times?
No, this is just the same as what's strapped to my person. But
Oh,
it's my,
okay. You
my
project
spiritual
like
weapon.
a large version of it.
I just project my book bigger.
You got a ghost of your book. Of
Yeah, it just kind of goes and then like grows.
Does it give us a vocab lesson or something?
It
When
does.
okay.
Yeah, it pops out. And it's like, and you go, hey Google, and then it just like tells you things.
We'll take that out later.
It's
It's
okay,
okay.
so
It's
hard.
our first stream.
Hey gimbal. So it's not in range. Well, it says within range. Like you cast it within range, and it's 60 feet away from me is how far I can cast it. So I guess it's in melee range of the dude.
What can let's use
Yeah,
this
you got a
little
range of 60 feet,
guy.
so.
Right.
I have a little ghost. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to use this for. So.
Well, you have
That's
a
your-
thing you might want that
I
for.
have a
We'll
thing.
we'll use this
I
little
mean,
clear
I think I
guy.
know which thing you're talking about.
We'll figure it out.
Dude, that's clear.
So where do you want this to?
Oh wait, we have gummy bears.
Oh yeah, you need a gummy bear on
Yeah.
that.
It's this
What else
gummy
would
bear.
you
That clear
use?
ones.
Please
Why
place
not a
the
clear
gummy
one?
bear where you want
Because
it
it's
to
hard
be.
to see on the video.
Oh, okay, this red gummy bear is my spiritual weapon. I'll eat the clear one. Thanks.
Which side are you on? Are you over here?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so then that I'm gonna attack with that as well.
Book it, Menial! Oh no!
Do you have that thing again? It wasn't great. It wasn't a good roll. It was a 1.
It wasn't one.
It was a 1.
Okay.
Does that do it?
Does the one it does do something?
The book is there.
The book is there.
That's good.
It does exist, yeah. Actually, it's turned to a really inappropriate picture, and
Menial turns
everyone is
bright red.
offended. Yeah.
The picture is actually dog-eared, and she's just bright
Oh
red.
gosh,
And
that's pretty horrible. You might need to make a con save just so we.
no.
I'm pretty sure. You
Come on, I was
need
giving you
to roll a con
flavor.
save. No, I know.
Do-
And I
do we-
appreciate that. I'll take
There's
it
no,
too.
there's no,
You're
there's no bad,
hurting
there's no downsides. It's just how red do you turn?
More or less.
No!
Oh no! I mean, if it's a 1 again, you might take. No, no! What are you
You're
rolling
just
with?
steaming.
Please have some dice.
Die.
No,
I
true,
need my
you changed
dice
it
jail.
out.
I'm getting a dice jail.
Go get your dice jail. Please
Yeah.
hand her these uncursed dice, and please do not curse
All my
them.
dice is cursed.
So
Wow.
this is literally the only 5% that you would take damage from this one.
Do you have
take-
You take 5 points of self-esteem.
Yes. You take 2 points.
Just to your pride.
to your pride
Wait,
damage.
wait,
yeah.
wait.
It's
Is
a
there-
lingering effect.
Is there an embarrassed condition?
You'll need
here?
to. Okay, for our Patreon
Oh,
supporters.
no. Oh, wow.
Wop wop
You
wop.
don't have a lot of room left in there.
I don't.
That's unfortunate.
I'm getting another beer. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
we'll scoot it over there. I think spiritual weapon. No, it's just duration a minute. It doesn't require concentration. Isn't that nice?
That is nice, yeah. So yeah, it opens, it's staggered, it's really embarrassing. Menial shrinks into her form.
Can we stop talking about it?
And Katie is.
Not
it,
until the page
it hurts so
turns.
bad that it comes over to Katie the player.
That was Miniel's accent, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Alright, Vigor, what would you like to do?
Just attack with my witch bolt. Which I don't have to. So because I crit roll, I have to look up if my crit roll like.
It doesn't change the die again. I think it's just
Yeah.
D12 every time
Yeah,
afterward.
it's a D12. That's what most people say. And I was sad about it.
I know, it's so sad because if you cast a witch bolt at like 5th level, you get to roll all of the D12s, and then the next time you're just like,
Save it up that energy.
6 damage.
6 damage.
Wow.
This does feel more balanced now.
not repeating the super die.
Yeah.
Witch bolt's still good.
Well, I did take a little step forward. Just
Oh, he's getting bigger.
Going towards him. Okay.
a little.
Okay, so your witch bolt continues. It has gone over the head of your 6-foot friend, because I imagine you can do that with this one, and has continued without that serious charge from the first one. Whew, major thing, and now it's continuing from your hammer, and it continues to fire at him. He clenches his fists a bit, but seems to move through it. Yes. Next up is his turn. He is actually going to reach out in front of him and touch Belinchen.
No.
Uh-oh. Attack my weapon.
If you'll put a concentration. No, I'm sorry. That's not this one. I'm trying to place several characters. So sorry. This one. He's going to try to make a save. And he didn't make it. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to reach out and touch him. And when he does, he seems to kind of go into this, not ghostly, but pale-like state, Belinchen. And takes quite a bit of damage, 12 damage then. And then the blood that you've seen come across the face of this Kith, some of those just seem to heal over just a little bit.
Oh, bother.
And he regains a little bit of what he had lost. And then he is going to take his dagger out, and he is going to stab Belinchen.
How many times do you have?
Multi-tag.
But he misses.
Haha.
Yes. Belinchen thankfully has a 19 armor class, the only thing bigger than y'all's that I've seen. So he takes the dagger out, and it comes right up against his armor, and he can't seem to find a spot to plunge it into his flesh. Next up is Finn.
So Finn's gonna sidle a little bit closer. I guess sliding me a little bit behind here, kind of using you as a screen, but really trying to look like he's engaged in the battle, but actually do something else. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on this guy
Interesting.
who sent off his companion and see if I can figure out what's going on. So
Okay.
Very escape heavy.
Escape heavy.
Yeah. One day I will have time to paint them and put faces on them. They'll be balanced and wonderful. Okay. Let me look at detect thoughts. You said.
Yeah, I had to. I took down some notes on it, but not enough of them.
That's okay.
I can read surface thoughts, and then if I spend more time, I can delve deeper. So I think it will be a multiple. Like on the next turn, if I keep exploring his mind, I can garner more information.
Okay,
On
but
this
on
turn,
this,
it's
So
surface thoughts.
If you
Gotcha.
go deeper, they make a wisdom save.
Okay, so I can read surface thoughts, and then if I
Yeah.
try and get more information,
Yeah, and then
as an
you.
action, you can shift.
And if it fails, you get insight.
Ooh, okay. Well, okay. I initially learned the surface thoughts, and then I can probe deeper. Okay.
Either way, they know you're probing against mine.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I do I remember correctly that before the battle was begun, that it was decided that this person was not to interfere?
yeah, I mean, you haven't really been told much. They're very
Okay, all right.
stoic creatures, but he
Well,
seems to have.
Finn hates not knowing. So-
That seems to get wizards in trouble, right?
More or less.
All right. So on the surface, his thoughts seem a little split. He is watching the battle, but he seems a little more focused on the thing that has set the elk on the field. He thinks is somebody, and he wants to find out more about them. So he's a little split that way.
Okay. And I guess since that's an action to do that, I'll try to probe him.
Probe deeper, and he makes a wisdom save. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And my spell save DC is 15.
Okay. No, 11 fails.
All right. Deeper.
Deeper.
We have to go
Let's see. Let me read this. If you probe deeper, the target must use a wisdom save. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. Okay.
Is this also the person who's holding the jar?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's its emotional state. His emotional state is worried, troubled, and it is troubled that in the scope of things, especially with these creatures that seem to have long lives, they are fairly new to this realm, and he is worried that that will close. He's very worried that the person interfering is going to try to close their connection to the Shadowfell so no more can get through and they will be pulled back. He seems to think that is imminent, and he's very worried that he's going to lose his people, and wants to get someone else in this SoulJar to stay. I think that is probably why. Reasoning, yeah, he wants to continue to stay here. And he wants to continue to research the local population.
Okay. Do I know why he sent this other person off? Just to get more information?
To get more information about why there's things coming here. He does seem to think that there have been several things happening around camp that have been odd recently. Fires in the camp and prisoners showing up randomly, and people that became prisoners, and now this thing coming on. He thinks something is wrong and he wants to know why. But he thinks there is a person responsible.
Last bit of information. Are the elk just kind of like have they just kind of wandered onto the field, or are they like charging onto the field? I mean, this is all happening fast, so.
It is happening fast, and I actually totally forgot their turn because I
Okay.
had to add that in. But yes. Yeah, they ran in, they were stopped a little obstructed by the crowd, so they slowed their pace by the time they got there, but they seemed confused and a little upset.
Oh,
They're running.
oh, the elk seem confused and upset?
Yes.
Or the,
Well, I mean, yes.
We seem confused.
Also the crowd of people. But the crowd of people have managed to push away some of them, but those two are still on the field.
okay.
It was
Now, are they
a
running?
small herd.
Are they running? Are they grazing?
They were running on, and now they slowed a bit, having a clearing and not feeling immediate.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before I've done my action, so before I end my turn, I'm sorry, what is your character's name?
Crowley.
Crowley. So Finn will kind of like lean up to Crowley while I'm delving into this person's mind and say, I think something's coming, and I think it's something that might help us.
Good.
And that's it.
The deer are coming, yeah.
Not the deer, what the deer are running from.
They aren't deer.
You're too far.
Flips through her spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
She's still embarrassed.
You're still
Yeah, it's true. No, I'm just.
glowing red,
I'm just
not
trying
divine
to,
energy.
Really, I'm delving into this guy's mind, so I don't have to look at the book.
That was some weird shit.
Actually, top of the mind.
Top of the mind was fun.
Whoa.
Whoa.
These people are weird.
They're nasty.
That's it for me.
Nice. Next up is Bulinshen, who is going to what?
Right, nothing. I just had a random thought. So.
Oh, he's going to use his bonus action for Branding Smite, which I need to read.
I think it adds fire damage. But that's all I can tell you.
Astral Radiance. I don't know, but radiant damage. So he's going to cast Branding Smite on his Warhammer and continue to attack him with that. He swings it up and around and it tries to take him again. This time, I'm not going to use the crappy dice for him, but that's still crappy. So his Warhammer starts to glow with this wonderful radiant energy. It's really impressive. Please give him a concentration ring there. And as he swings it around, though, he's made such an ordeal out of it, and you can certainly see it coming. So kind of Matrix style, the guy like goes backwards a little bit and comes back up, dodging the attack completely.
That's why he didn't make his attack. Concentration ring was too heavy.
Too heavy. So tired. Well, he also got the life sucked out of him last turn.
He
so.
did. Yes, indeed.
Unfortunately.
Quite sad.
And it's interesting with the clearing and the chill and silence of this. Whenever anyone makes those big motions like that dodge, you hear like the rippling of the clothes and things. It's very interesting.
It's like ASMR. Just like always.
Yeah.
Are Aasimar into ASMR?
They are. Yes, it is.
They invented it.
Probably.
That would be his turn. Crawley, what would you like to do?
So behind whatever his name is, what's behind him?
Behind which one? The
Yep.
Yes, like
A crowd
the
of
building,
people,
like
I think.
the wall of the
Yeah.
compound.
Which is slightly singed.
yeah, that's actually the wall is actually this way behind the KithLord. You're behind that. It's like forest after the clearing.
I thought there was a wall all the way around the building. Are we outside the compound?
You're outside it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They marched you kind of right in front of this clearing. But there are people. Yes, there's a crowd around it.
Okay. I'm going to cast Firebolt again,
Mm-hmm.
but make it go right next to him towards the forest.
Okay. Like you're aiming past him. Okay.
But trying to make it look like I'm aiming for him and just miss.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the attack.
14.
14. Okay. So it does seem like it's coming towards him, but goes past his shoulder. The people in the crowd. Actually, two this time. The one that you hit last time and another one. Both miss. That you're coming towards them with this firebolt, and the one that took fire damage before has now started to catch on fire, and the other one is scorched. Because they were in the way, it doesn't reach the woods, but the one person that has gotten hit twice now is sitting and trying to get some snow onto that burn. So there is a bit of a clearing there now. But at the moment, you just try to hit the people.
4 damage again.
4 damage? Okay.
I'm ready this time.
It's perfect! We've needed this. Okay.
Poor guy. He just wanted to watch a show.
No big deal.
This is why I hate street theater.
You never know what's coming for you. Okay. Anything else?
I wasn't paying attention to what you
Shot a fireball off into the woods.
What?
Made it look like attacking the KithLord, and then hit poor Wilhelm.
He
Willem the Shadar-kai.
He purposely missed.
But it didn't look like
I'm done.
Interesting. Okay. Minio. I think I see what he's doing. It's a pretty cool plan. Minio.
Neat. How's your boy the Shadow Dancer doing, or whatever he is?
Yeah, he's not quite bloodied.
Oh man. Alright, well, then he can have a guiding bolt again.
burn him with spell slots. Burn him.
These are just first level. I got a lot. I have very few. Lovely. Lovely. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna need new dice.
Are you
Bad.
cursing my good dice?
I cursed your good dice.
That one came up to a 13.
It was 13, but it didn't. I mean, I know that doesn't hit. That just bothers me. So I'm about to grab him with my my spiritual weapon because it's right there.
That's a bonus action.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Kind of wanna.
Run it back.
Hmm.
I said, run it back.
Uh,
Pop him.
Yeah. Just gonna bop him over the head with it. Yeah, I have to roll for that again. That's really annoying. I'm kind of tired of rolling.
Tired of rolling. I think maybe you're playing
We're
the
in
wrong
for a
game.
long This may not be the game for you.
Well, shit fire. All right.
No,
We
you
improved.
mean
We improved.
Crit fire.
CritFire.
Oh, that's for a 1. This is an 8 plus 5.
Well, no expletive needed.
Plus 1 to 14.
Nothing works on this guy.
You either have one or the other. You ever had like perfect, wonderful battles, or just the worst luck ever?
Feast or famine with me.
Yeah.
No, I was terrible 2 games ago, remember?
I remember.
I died.
I never forget.
Did you get down?
He was unconscious.
I went unconscious.
And then
Unfortunate.
He got knocked down.
We almost died because of it.
Alright,
it was rough.
that's me.
Okay, so
Wait.
Yeah.
I use a free action to yell at what's his butt that's concentrating, and I won't break his concentration.
variable intron.
Bolentrin.
Uh-huh.
Could you come back, please? That's very unsafe. It's quite unsafe next to the guy. Just come on back, please.
Okay.
He's really reckless.
It's true.
Quite reckless.
You hear, I got this!
Oh, but you've not. But you sure haven't.
Coming back for me.
That's
Classic Bolentrin.
Classic. Alright, so you've got some divine energy coming and it misses. You've got your book that probably flips a page.
to nothing. To nothing bad.
To nothing. It's so nothing. Comes back and tries to put it up.
We flipped from wherever we were to interplanar travel, so you can kind of figure what might be adjacent to interplanar travel.
Let's not. We don't. Stop thinking about
We
it.
marked it as like mature content. It's fine.
Yeah, the stream is notified. You know.
You know what you're in for. Alright. Next up, I'm not gonna forget them. The elk.
Oh,
The elk are coming.
I'll try not to knock over all of our technology. They're going to actually they don't care about y'all. They're gonna come over here.
I don't think they care about us.
Well, he'll go
Yeah, back off.
there.
Yeah.
They seem to still just be kind of running, but so look, not running.
Ambling.
They're
Trotting.
ambling. They're trotting. Thank you. Trotting is the right word. they are trotting across the battlefield, not quite sure what's going on, still trying to catch up. But they are now kind of right beside you.
Hey, Trophinger, they're coming.
He's not. Oh, he is. That is Drillfinger.
I've moved. I'm back here. You moved away from me.
Yeah, he's behind you.
I said it louder so we can hear.
Oh.
My sarcasm.
Can you look up detect thoughts for me?
The who?
The detect thoughts spell.
Mm-hmm. Really?
And then next up is Veor.
Witch bolt again. And that's 1 damage.
1, 2
Wow, wow.
attack.
No. Because
What was your attack roll?
I don't do attack rolls with witch bolt.
Yeah,
If
because
witch bolt hits once.
he's connected, so now he's just doing the
Ah,
Palpatine lightning,
yeah.
just like, yes,
The
die.
answer was no.
Every time.
No.
Or
And he goes, no.
or unlimited power.
Unlimited Anyway.
This is Veor,
He is not found.
Thor-based character.
Does he say something witty?
No.
Well, not with the
Not
one.
when he's shooting lightning.
Not with the one.
No, with the one.
Not with the one. He just goes.
So, with the one.
You're tired from a couple turns.
Sure. It was a big wave at first. It's gotten a lot smaller as
It's
we
just
went.
like,
Yeah, and now it's like kind of fizzled out. And you're like, yeah, and you're still like trying to get your warhammer to continue to send this energy.
Oh.
And there was like a little like static in it.
Well, I was a little distracted by the page from earlier.
we're all
Got
thinking
some
about it.
New images in your head.
You're like, I didn't know you could do that.
So I got a little distracted.
Fair enough.
But we can overthink
The more
things.
you know.
Anything else, or is that your action?
Let's take just a small step forward.
He's inching in. He's gonna put that hammer to work eventually.
I'm coming. I'm surprised you haven't like run and jumped up.
Well, I literally, if I do anything else besides witch bolt, I use witch bolt.
Chat says that Chris is the Senate.
You are.
I am the Senate.
So true. Your character shifted, I'm afraid.
Your character's no longer your own. It belonged to us.
So now we come to the Kithguard. He is going to.
Forget to take his turn.
Oh gosh, what was? He just got really
He saw a
distracted by
bird.
this beautiful elk, and he's like, "Wow, this
She
just
was
takes a
also
moment."
distracted by what was on the page of my book.
We're all distracted.
He seemed to know what that was and be like, "Oh yeah."
He was like,
I've seen this one before.
I've been there
Old
with Undalad.
news. Undalad is a satyr that I met earlier, who Miniel faded to black with. Alright, so now the Kithguard is going to, let's see, this is touch. He's going to reach out towards Bullentrin, and Bullentrin is going to need to make a con saving throw against Blight, and unfortunately he rolled a 2.
Oh no.
So,
We're gonna wave goodbye to my friend.
ooh. Let's see.
My
I'm
character-
attached to him.
My
supposedly.
character's devastated.
My
He
backstory
is a
tells me
person.
that we came out together.
It's
came
very,
out
very
together?
true.
I mean, we came out to the Frostwell as a team.
It's cute.
Listen, I don't need to.
I know.
Especially not in a battle to the death. I don't need you to judge my life choice. I've seen your book.
Stop talking about it. It's a dictionary. Has everything.
Yeah. So he reaches out towards him, and just every bit of color fades immediately from Bullentrin, and he kind of sways a bit and then collapses into the snow, unconscious immediately.
But I'm drawing.
The
He loses
Kithguard.
concentration.
Yeah, he does lose
Yeah.
concentration.
Let's get that on.
Indeed. Thank you.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought he would last another round or two, but That was rough.
We tried to warn
He
him.
rolled a lot of 7s and 8s on those 8d8 that Blight does. As he falls in, you see that he's fairly corpse-like. It seemed like the very lifeblood was just like ripped from him. And the KithLord kind of follows him down and then looks up at you all and like
Oh god.
his lips as if he really enjoyed that. Yeah, he's not pleasant.
I'm not into Shadar-kai!
Right. No, not that page. That.
Did you see my
He gave him some ideas.
There's so many things. Finn, you are up next.
Well,
Well.
not to be outdone by his fellow arcane practitioners, and also seeing his ally Bulentrin falling.
Whoops, don't run.
Huh?
Whoops.
No, this is the call to action. The bolstering, getting ready to commit. Just kind of like readjust his glasses. Just like, okay, Finn, you can do this, and he's gonna cast a firebolt. But he's only gonna get
I thought it was a 1. It's
a
not a
14.
1. That's good. Oh.
14. Alright, a 14 will miss. But let's see about the crowd behind it.
Please no, Wilhelm, spare him.
With a 5 and a 3.
He doesn't deserve this.
He doesn't. He just wanted to see.
Why hasn't he moved?
Because he's on fire.
He was.
Why?
Why? That guy is actually prone in the snow, but just because it's fun, he also gets hit being prone.
What is wrong with you?
Listen, he was prone. All right, here.
No.
He's gonna roll with disadvantage because he's prone. Oh, well, he's actually alright. He like jumps into the snow and
Give
he's
him a
fine.
chance.
I gave him a chance.
He's
He's
just
so right.
burrowing.
I got a little bit of bloodlust just now.
You did.
I'm
We're
sorry.
gonna talk about it in post.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh gosh.
But the other two beside him do take a little bit of fire damage.
I rolled
Where are
9.
you At 9, okay.
Boy.
So the one with 4 before has 9 now. He also drops into the snow. There is a big clearing now in the gap where they seem to have this fireball coming out, and now the cloud has cleared around that spot. Because there was that gap, though, a tree behind does catch fire.
Oh no.
Because there is that gap
That's
there.
the last thing.
It's just barely on fire. It's pretty snowy, but just it does exist.
There's a moment where Finn misses and he goes, oh, but then he sees that he connects and like does damage to somebody else. It's like, okay, just dial it in and aim to the left.
And then this crowd makes it not so bad when you miss. 'Cause you're like, okay, well, it's okay.
Consolation prize.
It's true.
Alright, that's it for Finn's turn.
Valentin is gonna make a death save.
No.
I'm not sure what to do unless I do it.
It's okay. May just be-
He does make it.
So,
Wow.
Success.
she's out of focus.
Oh, thank you.
What's the other camera, right?
This one.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if that
Ooh,
refocuses.
yeah, it's pretty rough. See, sorry guys.
It's so behind that it's just like.
Right, that's not quite a bit.
We'll see if this works in 10 minutes.
Do you still have the O?
I do, yeah. Let me close this real quick, y'all, and then we'll just see if that works.
Okay, well we can continue and we'll see if we can fix the camera.
Okay. Maybe we'll take a short break after the battle
Sure.
to see if we can get that.
If we survive.
If you don't, we'll still take a
We'll
break.
take a longer break
More.
to re-roll characters.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go on manual focus.
Yeah. We'll mess with it
Yeah,
in
that's
a
fine.
little while. That's
Okay,
fair.
no worries.
You all just watch the battle map.
Nothing happening over here.
Nothing to see. Okay, so Bullentra did make his first death save, which is good. Crowley.
Should I save him?
That might be why I missed it.
Are you a cleric?
Yes. And I'm a lawful good cleric. So.
Alright, so I think that answers your
Alright.
Maybe. I mean, don't feel pressured, but also.
I mean, I can stabilize him.
Ooh, ooh.
I guess now that Valentrin's
I have
been
to touch him.
knocked out, I'm going to scoot back.
Whoa. Seems like
And
it.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt again, like I did last time, but
Okay.
through the hole.
Okay.
It's hopefully there.
Okay.
At the trees.
Please, yeah, that's fine.
19.
Wasn't very close to your
19.
computer.
All right. So this one,
I mean, I have a little.
it looks like it's going to hit him.
Possessive.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit him. It kind of catches the side of his like cape on fire. It seems to be made out of polar bear fur, and that fur just like singes.
Polar bear fur?
Yeah.
Those poor polar
These
bears.
are bad people.
If you didn't know before, you
After
certainly
they
know
kill the
now.
fairy in front of
Souls
you.
in jars, trying to kill our friends.
It was the polar bear
Polar
fur.
bear.
When they put us in jail, you were like, this might be bad. When they kill the fairy,
reason with them.
when they kill the fairy in front of us, we're like,
Let's hold back. They might have justifiable cause.
Yeah.
benefit of the
They
doubt.
don't.
Y'all almost had to kill a polar bear. It singes the polar bear cape and goes past. This time it fires right through the middle of that gap that the people have made, and a good portion of the trees start to really go up in flames here.
Oh, we can't have this.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
A water spell.
No.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's his goal.
We don't.
The fire is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to attract.
Aha! She's figured it out.
I also have no idea, so you figured it out. Good
Bad
on
luck.
you.
Better aim next time, boy.
There might be some outside of game knowledge that I don't have. So.
But neither do you. Next up is Miniel.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, Miniel is going to. She will. Okay, well she won't be a melee. Okay, she's gonna run up behind
Bulentrin.
Bullen. What's his nickname? Lynn?
I have no idea. He never would accept a nickname. Every time I tried to shorten his name, he'd just
Bald.
grunt.
Lawful good paladins. They're just
Yeah,
like.
my name is
My name.
Bulentrin. All right.
I look very concerned. I actually am concerned. My player face is not concerned. My character's very concerned.
After some coercion.
Yeah. We talked it over. Lawful good would do this. Okay. She's gonna run up as quick as she possibly can to him and touch him on the shoulder and say, "Be all right," and do spare the dying.
Okay.
And now he's stable. And now I'm in danger. I'm in danger.
How much move did you use to move up to him?
That's a good question. How much did I use?
34. So you could move back a couple more
The
spaces.
problem is, I'm gonna want to drag him away. I'm not just gonna want to leave him there, and I think that's another action. I'm not gonna leave him on his own.
Maybe back away in the next turn, try and dive in. Or
I-
just
I
hang out
wouldn't.
and
I
smack
wouldn't.
this guy with a book.
Aha! I smack him with my book.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The book's running
It's over to
running interference for you.
Yeah. We're gonna try him again without that die.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which die have I already used? Used everybody. Ah, here we are.
I think that one was initiative. That one was good.
What you got? 14
No.
Is
It's
that
a
a
9.
nine?
It's a 9.
Yeah.
plus 5 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
14.
you were right.
I'm good at counting. I just kind of give
Yeah,
up.
we're getting there.
Keep
Well,
going.
I spared the dying.
you did. You did a good thing.
Thanks.
Good work,
Thanks, Ian.
Miniel. Yeah, got
Everyone's
that.
got me, and it's like.
You saved my friend.
Good. Yeah. You,
Yeah, I'm staying there. I don't want him to be alone
okay.
when he's about to die.
Okay. So you rush in with your concern and touch him, look up in fear, but try to get your book to come. You're at a weird angle down below here. It's hard to get the right, angle, and just
Everything has to be. The stars have to align.
they have to align.
For Miniel's
And when you looked up, the sun was right. No, there's no sun. I lied. The armor has reflections. It just got in your eyes. That's what happened.
Sure.
The light from the book.
I'm trying to help
The
you.
light from my.
Yeah.
The fire.
Yeah.
The
Which
fire.
Fire. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. You
There's a
know.
lot of reasons.
Chat, please tell us why she could not see, and we will accept it as canon.
Within reason.
Whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Randomly, a Shadar-kai goes,
Oh! Video, you
unemotional
developed
people, that was a very emotional response.
Who knew? Fight, flight, or flash. So next up, all night, y'all.
Don't forget about the elves. I don't know what turn they go on.
Thank you. You're so right. So this time,
I think something's gonna happen.
No, I really
I'm
wanna see
I'm really in on this. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm kind of invested.
They're gonna just
It's showing
explode.
random.
They're on the map. I just assume there's a reason they're there. If they just wander from one side to the other over 4 rounds, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
No, that was like the
Well,
best thing.
crap.
This just in, I'm in for
Found
disappointment.
my plan.
I tried to distract you with the elk.
You almost had us. You go so and so.
I've been outplayed.
Alright, so
Anyway.
this guy on the left is a little too close to all of this action for his liking. If you would move him forward 60 feet,
Who?
the left elk. Not basilisk.
It's definitely not a
I
bad.
explained
The
that somewhere
left's
in the chat.
definitely not a basilisk, 60
Yes.
feet.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
The ones that look like basilisks are elk.
Oh, perfect. So he
What?
just makes it into the crowd, and he's going to take a charge attack at them with a ram.
Somewhat vindicated by the fact that an attack is going to be available. Whether or not anything comes of it.
Okay. It doesn't even matter. So they're gonna do some damage. 10. You're gonna do 10 damage to that first guy that fell into the snow. That had 8 points of damage. No. He's getting beat up there. Actually, that would take him to bloodied.
Oh man.
So
Kill somebody.
yes, so the elk attacks the guy that's sitting there, charges him and kind of tramples just a bit. That is the end of his movement, but he seems to want to continue forward. The other one, taking the cue, is going to start picking up pace, but probably not make it quite. He's just going to do 30 feet of movement, just kind of seeing what happens forward. They seem upset by this fire and everything going on. But also on that turn, you see the KithLord suddenly stands up. He motions for someone in the crowd to come over, and they come, and he starts to talk to them. Each round is 6 seconds. I'm going to say that takes that for this time, but he seems upset about something, and they don't show much emotion. That is what happens there. Feyor.
Witch bolt.
The continuing story of the witch.
Talking during a fight? Fool!
Ooh, max damage. 12.
12. Nice.
That's why that was
Five.
amazing, because you just keep rolling dice, and eventually something is going to happen.
Something will stick.
I finally got that image out of my head.
Right. Look,
Yeah.
focus.
So
You saw it sparking, and you're like, no, more!
It starts to fizzle out, and he like hits the hammer on his hand.
Maybe it's just grunts. When he fights, he's like,
More frosty.
It fires forward, the electric energy picking back up over the fallen body of Bulentren and straight onto the KithLord, who now is looking rather bloodied. He's starting to look a little bit more rough than that even. Is that your turn? Anything else?
Is it?
Okay. That will take us back to him being upset by that. He is going to...
Say my prayers.
There is a guy who's actually hit him up several times.
Yeah.
You only hit him once.
Hmm?
We keep having to roll d20s and you just get to roll damage.
Yes.
So true.
Wish I had a spell.
Well, I mean, like, if he's
And you
gonna,
got a guiding bolt to help you along the way.
I'm just saying, like, if he's gonna attack anybody, maybe it's the guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be.
I see what you're saying now.
Wait,
It's
it's
never
copyright.
ever.
Copyright.
That was not enough bars of that
You're
song.
we're blocked. They're gonna shut down the stream. It was fun while it lasted, everybody.
It was wonderful.
It was a good try.
good hour.
Break our door down.
We'll be back
Just
next
until
week
we-
with CritFire stole the Y.
Yeah.
They can't shut us down if we keep changing the domain.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone.
Your new challenge is to find us
We
again.
have. That's another thing. I was gonna do a Game of Thrones joke.
Ah.
Come on, man.
Come on.
There's only so many licenses we can pull. They're gonna destroy
As long
us.
as we don't poke Disney, we're fine.
You're awfully close. You're getting too close.
You heard the name.
They heard it.
You're all on your shoe now.
The House of Cards.
Did our viewership go?
No, it did not.
So,
Anyway,
Is
with
she
a
in focus yet?
you are in
Yes.
focus.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all
with a non-natural 20, he is going to raise his hands up and fire out 3 Eldritch Blasts.
None at me.
One at you,
Nice.
one at Bayor, and one at Crowley.
Just a question.
Yeah.
Is this one attack?
Yes, he has 3 beams in his
Is
Eldritch
it
Blast.
what magic missile?
Eldritch.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast.
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Eldritch Blast.
Finn also saw this moment when he cast about for the future.
Ah, bless him.
Divination
I'm
wizard.
gonna burn my last divine portent and change his 20 to a 3.
Oh, okay.
What?
Man, he was gonna be so cool, man.
Now he's not.
Now he's not. That was a new series.
It's okay, everybody. He's gonna miss.
You all get a strange feeling of time just shifting around you
I feel like my life flashed before my eyes.
as this huge beam of Eldritch Blast starts to form and then falls off into the stove. Oh, poor guy. But that was his spell casting. He will now.
Yeah, you're helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one job.
Yay.
Hey, if I roll high, I give them to you. If I roll low, well, that's a bad day.
Do we as our characters do we know what happened, or is it just like completely like
Oh, this is just what was gonna. I parsed out the foreseeable futures, and this is just what was gonna happen. I just happen to know.
He Doctor Strange.
Well, it was more like do we know what happened so we
Rewind.
can give him props?
I can't be trusted.
Oh no, that is the wrong one. Save us, Caitlin.
Are you wait? Enough. We exist only here. There's only the battlefield.
I was just more asking like to see if they were like
Oh, I mean-
good job, or like he's like completely.
You have no
what
idea,
happened.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
I
no,
was kind
altered
of,
reality.
as I was in, waking up in my cell or whatever, I'm just like, it's gonna be a good day.
All right.
which usually is just like, am I gonna find what I'm looking for? What book should I read in the library? I'm just like, now it's just like, I'm fighting for my life. I hope things are okay.
Horrifying. Nice. Good work. Okay. In that case, he is going to become upset in a way that you have not seen them.
Yes.
He actually makes an audible, which
Aha!
is more than you've gotten from Shadar-kai so far. And then he
Mine
is
are
going to
better.
run for. Oh, I need you to. No, he didn't hit you. He's going to run forward towards you, though, Bayor.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, you called it. Maybe someone somewhere with some matter of control over these sort of situations heard that. Moving around.
Yeah.
Does it provoke from divine weapon? I don't know how divine weapon works. Do you know how divine weapon works? Sacred weapon?
I know very little. Let's see.
Did I even call it the right
Good
spelling?
question.
Yeah, it's actually called
That's the tagline of our.
bonus action, spiritual weapon.
I don't know either. What's the tagline?
I don't know. What is it? I know very little.
That's what I said.
That's the tagline of our.
It
our
doesn't
channel.
say that it gets an attack of opportunity.
It's a
But it-
bonus action to use.
It's a bonus action, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. The
Okay.
chat wants to tell us.
Okay.
We would be willing to know.
Just curious.
Yeah.
I'm not lobbying for or against. It was just a thought.
Yeah.
I'm lobbying
Good
for.
question.
I'm not being
She is right there to see you. DM's call.
I'm gonna say no for now, but chat tell us if we're wrong and we'll look it up later. Either way, wow, y'all are chatting. Hey guys, good job.
Shout out to
Oh.
Dominator for answering the call to action. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna need some of that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So we're gonna say no for now.
He warns me not to be distracted by the elk.
Finn, you're up.
All right. Well,
No, it cannot.
No. Miniel has gone through the books.
so I'm conflicted.
Wait, he just came up to me that day.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
he and well,
I mean, that's it. Let's keep moving.
no, that's it.
He cast a spell, and it didn't.
Oh, yeah, all he
Yeah.
has right now.
It was not meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
I really just want to keep using. So I still have detect thoughts because it's concentration, and as an action, I can shift my focus of my detect thoughts.
Okay.
So I kind of want to shift my focus to the KithLord
Okay.
and see what I can find out because he just had this sort of interaction, and he's getting increasingly frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious. So I'm going to peer into his mind. So I'll detect surface thoughts, and then since I'm invested, I'll probe as well.
Okay. So his surface thoughts. His surface thoughts are that he wants to make a good impression on the KithLord, and he feels like he's failing at that at the moment.
Yeah, he's stepping up the place.
Mm-hmm. Are his most surface thoughts. Also, confusion about the elk.
Me too, buddy.
Yes, nobody knows.
I'm looking for these
I don't know
answers.
if the
Give it to
DM
me.
knows anymore.
The DM was like, oh, I should have something else. I'll just. That looks fun. It's elk. No, I'm surprised y'all didn't know why, but it's fine. He needs to make a wisdom.
First time on the set. I want to reiterate.
Not you.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's talking to us.
Just for the folks at home. If you missed the introduction,
Yeah.
I've never played this character with this group. I have a loose understanding of how I got here.
We should know better. We
You
do.
know.
Do you know?
Why the elk are here?
Yeah.
I believe I do.
Do you want to share with the team or
No.
I don't think I would.
Does Crawley
Talk
want to
about it.
share with
Crawley never wants to share with the team. Never mind.
We're fighting. It's
Wait,
gonna be
no,
share time.
Yeah, he doesn't want to yell it out because maybe it's a secret.
Yeah.
Did he pass his wisdom saving throw?
So he has 12.
That is a 15.
Mm-hmm. He did not.
Yes. Come on!
No, dear.
Deepa.
I require knowledge.
You guys. So with that, he feels it's very important that he not only earn the KithLord's respect and become his second, but he feels like it is imperative that he gets this SoulJar. He seems to be thinking that Winter's Crest is coming. That's when the plains are closest. And he knows that he will be pulled back into the Shadowfell at that point if he does not get his soul bound to this material plane. And so for him, this is more than just honor. It's kind of survival. He seems to dread something in the Shadowfell and would rather stay here.
Do I happen to know, either through conversation before now or from delving into his thoughts, how he's trying to fuse to the SoulJar? Like, what's the means by which he's like doing this? Like, is this part just sort of his trial to be approved, or is like this this is sort of a ritual, and some goal is trying to be achieved.
This is a ritual to kind of progress into the next station. The second is up for grabs. He and the other woman both seem to be kind of equal, but he is the one being tried right now.
Okay.
So if he passes this, he will achieve the second in command and be granted the SoulJar that the KithLord owns.
So it's more like a trial by combat, and it is a if I manage to suck out this guy's soul, I win.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Just for safety's sake, Finn will slide out a little bit further back because I have a long range with Firebolt, and I don't really need to be close. So,
How far?
just 10 feet maybe.
I will say,
Yeah.
you have, because he knows that you're digging around,
Sure.
you have now drawn his attention.
Okay. I mean, he's got a couple strapping young lads to go through to get to me. So maybe maybe we'll make it 15 feet. just to be safe.
The KithLord makes eye contact and Finn backs up.
reading his thoughts, I can tell if he means me harm.
Does he mean me harm?
In a more immediate sense, not in a general sense.
Crawler.
I will. Let's see. Back up.
But it takes my whole turn, so I'm kind of like, maybe I should do something else. Maybe later.
That'd be cool.
Here.
Yeah.
And
Aw, he's gonna protect you.
cast
That's cute.
Or he's running away with it.
Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
Ooh. This sticker is doing much.
If you put that to cover the
Oh.
logo, and it's like glowing.
No, it doesn't stop it. We're already too deep.
It's alright.
We've crossed too many lines.
Yeah.
And what kind of armor is he wearing?
He has cast mage armor on himself.
Like the real armor.
The real armor he's wearing is I believe it's studded leather.
Let me access these was a mistake.
It was a mistake to purchase them. Here we are.
Mutual mistake.
Yes.
No,
I'm fine with it.
I did ask for them, so I
Yeah,
used
it was
my
Chris's.
vote.
It was your fault.
I don't blame you.
Oh no, actually he wears robes but with mage armor.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I'm about that style.
Well, we'll choose fire.
Okay.
Choose you.
You're just going as deep as you
I
can.
just
Just keep digging.
can't be trusted. We have a game of time.
You've
When
got,
your life is
you've
just
got a shovel
nerdy
and a plot of
references.
dirt. You got nothing else to do.
15.
A 15? That will not hit. So you fire up a chromatic orb and then it ignites into fire. Launch it, but it seems to go the direction of the fire you've sent before. And the trees catch again. It goes through that little gap, but it does not hit him. Anything else?
That's it.
I think you
Okay.
can hit with a guiding bolt and we hit with a net 20. That's it.
Oh no.
Wah, wah.
We're really
That's
bad at this.
But Minio, you have a chance
Okay.
to redeem yourself. You're up right
Me?
now. Right now.
Guess what I get to do with my turn?
Hmm.
You know what? I think he's kind of ignoring.
You want him right past you.
Yeah, he walked right past my buddy here. I was gonna try to drag him out of the way. I think I won't. I'll just kind of step in front of him, putting me right behind him. Does that make him flanked?
Like here.
It does make him flanked, yes.
Glass is flanked.
I'm gonna preemptively.
Yeah, that boy's gonna go right on the other side. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that.
That gummy bear was harder to move on that surface. I should have picked it up, but I was committed.
Yeah. No, we're scooching today. Okay. And then it kind of seems silly to hit him with a spell, and I'm like, right, why am I so close to this guy? I hate it. I'll just hit him with Apparently I have a hand axe.
Where
Where
Where did this come from?
with this. Yeah, I'll hit him with my hand axe that I have.
Uh-huh.
So, gotta roll a die for that. Fudging.
Maybe we should get those other ones out of jail.
I'm gonna get my
They
other
probably
ones.
served their time.
Yeah, I'm gonna, they served their time. So I rolled like a 7 or something. Didn't hit.
Yeah, it was a 3 on the die.
And then I'm gonna do my bonus action, use my spiritual weapon, which we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Try this one.
Have you been reforming those? Or?
Oh.
You've got to give the dice some activities to help them come back to
We're
society.
gonna start like a really cool reading program for the die and
Because,
see if we can maybe get
Read from the big
but,
book.
yeah, from the good book of the all-knowing mistress. But
For
back
now.
in jail they go. So I'm worthless, but he is flanked. Wait, I have advantage.
You have advantage.
I have
You
advantage
flanked
on
him.
both of those things.
What are you even doing?
All right, this is advantage on both attacks.
Okay.
Okay, one of these will work. Which one's which? It doesn't really matter.
Things we'll know for next time.
Okay.
I can't see them, so right one is the first attack, left is the
Okay.
second.
Wonderful. Okay, so 12 plus 5 is 17. So does that hit?
It does.
Holy macaroni! All right,
We did it.
we did it, kids.
We did it,
We've
Jack.
achieved it.
Everyone goes, oh, I didn't know I could do
I
that.
didn't know I could do that.
Ooh.
Max damage on my hand axe. So that's 8.
Hey.
The cleric has not hit with a spell.
No, that's not true. She got involved at the very beginning. She let us off. She started strong.
Y'all are mean. Alright, and then 8.
Whoa, hang on. That one was good.
Oh, yeah, whoa.
Don't tell me about it.
It's alright, buddy.
They still I just assume all dies.
Traumatizing for me.
Just dice, just going straight into jail. All of you have disappointed me.
Everyone disappoints me constantly. It's true. So what's 8 plus 5?
That's harsh.
Is that the damage?
No, that's the attack.
13.
I don't think it hits.
It doesn't.
That was my spiritual weapon, which is just sucking up the place.
A lot of attacks, though.
What?
So just a multitude of rolls. 17's high. At
Yeah,
this level.
17 is high.
17 is
We're
high.
level 3, dear.
I know you're.
You gotta roll. That's a less than
I
50%
know.
chance. You gotta roll 12 or better.
So you take out the hidden hand axe of mysteriously has appeared, and you're like, this'll work. And you chop into
And
him.
it does.
It does.
My
as a
magic
matter
has failed me.
My magic.
This.
The gods have abandoned me.
Wow.
I will try this.
Yes. He's right there, distracted by the person in front of you. You slide it straight into his back, into his shoulder blade. Pull it back out, and bring your spiritual weapon around, and it's flapping in the wind, and it's just a little off balance there, and just totally does not hit. It will find the right page, and then it will be amazing. One day. Which leads us back to the elk, these fun little elk that have appeared. I know, I'm just so excited. I'm a little worried I'm going to disappoint you all.
Nothing can disappoint me now.
The elk that is, the Bassa elk that went up to the really top there, he is going to ram, the one that was already kind of in the crowd is going to ram the person to his left who is also taking quite a bit of fire damage.
They're just beating the crap out of this border.
Yeah.
Yeah, these poor spectators.
I'm already sad about that.
Well, I don't want to get hurt.
He's going to
Why are you sad? And I said I don't want anyone to get hurt.
He's going to try to ram him, but he saw his friend rolling in the snow and realizes that he is in imminent danger, and he is going to roll out of the way a bit.
Thought you were gonna say he also wanted to play in the snow.
He also, they just fall back and they're like, snowy hill. No.
Play it alive.
Back
Go,
up.
go,
You can.
I'm back up. Can you see how swift that transition was? I knew it was leaving and I grabbed the next one. The other one is going to make a charge attack on the a guy that has not taken any damage damage yet. And he is going to hit and do 9 points of damage to them. 3 random spectator stats here. Stop. Charges into him. He does have some room left to keep going, so yeah, he's just gonna keep going, kind of away from the fire now. So he goes off to the left, off the battle map. We will.
Adios, buddy.
Now, the
Hardly knew you.
But for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
The KithLord is going to whisper to the person that came up to him and motion. And everybody on this side of the battle map that was watching, they're going to follow this person kind of up and out. So now you have just the people that were in the line there who are a little bit damaged. And so you have about 5 spectators and the KithLord. And that's
The
it.
KithLord's still there though?
The KithLord is still there right now. But he is standing rather than sitting
Okay.
and seems pretty distracted.
Okay. In the last game, the girls.
You can go ahead and tell
Okay.
us. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell Chad.
I'll tell
Find
her.
out with me.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
In the last game, we were rescued by a capable woman who
you do not like.
who I hate.
She's kind of a jerk.
She's not nice.
She's beautiful.
She's not kind of.
I'm gonna check my notes and see if I got one with her.
You probably.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah, she said that we would know when there was a distraction, and that's when we should make a move. I feel like we are close to knowing that there is a distraction, but I'm also nervous about it. So we're pretty outnumbered still, unless we can get the elk on our team somehow. But they're leaving.
I actually thought when I put them up there, they were going to be like, animal friendship or something, but it was an option.
Yeah. Don't have proficiency in that.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So that is their turn. Bear.
Which ball?
Really?
It's-
How many rounds is that?
It's free.
It's a minute.
A minute. So you're keeping track.
Minutes, 10 rounds,
I
right?
do
Right.
a line every time. I mean 10 lines in every.
Okay.
I don't remember.
He's not gonna live that long. We got him.
Well,
I mean, you know, it's not like it's sold in a jar.
the kid guard has the
That's a
soul in a
6.
jar,
Hang on.
and then the other jar is where?
In front of him.
Okay.
So they're both
okay.
right here.
So he has put the glowing one that you have been told contains his soul that is down here. He has put that onto his belt, where there's like a little place for it. The other one he kind of raised and then placed on the ground in front of him, on the little pillow thing. Like it's not just in the
But
snow.
they're both right.
They're both right by him, yeah.
Okay.
Like a prize to be won.
Okay. So I have this thing called Tempest Magic. This is a bonus action. You can cast a gust of air just around you, pretty much float 10 feet, and don't provoke opportunity attacks. But it is either before or after you cast a spell. The thing is, it's doing a witch bolt that I've already technically cast.
Cast before.
Right.
I'm gonna say no. It would have to
Yeah.
cast it on your turn.
Yeah.
Are you asking if you can do it because you're currently in a spell?
Yeah, but like, so I just attacked with witch bolt again.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a cast in a way, or
I think you cast it before. You're kind of just writing it now. So I'm gonna say no.
okay?
I could
It's
be
a
wrong.
weird one.
Yeah.
Witch bolt's really weird. This is like
That's
Which
witch
one's
nice.
great.
It is.
It's so good.
It's
Yeah.
so good, but it's also a little confusing.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Okay, so no tempest.
It's like magic poison. But you roll it.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
That's it, because I can't, if I move out of the thing, I'll attack.
Okay.
I was trying to get out of the opportunity attack thing, but
Did you fire which bolt again?
I did. No, I mean just once. 6.
6. Okay. Sorry, if you said that I missed it. I'm sorry.
I also wasn't.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I know you rolled it.
So you catch Witch Bolt. The bit of energy has now come crackling right in front of you. As you kind of back your hammer up, and he's within reaching distance of you. But it is
Like-
still firing.
Like, you sure? I just pointed at his face and we're like,
Yes. And it fires through his body some more as he continues to kind of lunge forward towards you.
oh, sure.
Since he is right in front of you, he is now going to reach out and
Uh-oh.
he is going to do his same blight here.
What do I have to roll?
You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's not.
Please tell me that's cocked.
Just leave it on the computer. Probably.
Sounded pretty gnarly.
If you roll in that run and it breaks your computer screen while you're doing it, I think it doesn't count.
I think that's the damage
That's
that
the damage.
you were gonna take.
16.
16 is his spell DC,
So it hits.
so it hits.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not my job.
No, you're right. I had to think about it, so I'm glad you said it to make sure. So yes, that one hits. So you are going to take an awful lot of damage, I'm afraid.
And do I have to roll more Constitution? I have to roll again for a Constitution saving throw to see if I keep my concentration.
Yes.
Let's see
But
here.
if
How
you
much
go
damage
down-
and what can I do about it?
Oh, I guess it. Yeah, I might not have to. That's what you like your DM to say.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That first one was like 1s and 2s. These are 7s and 8s.
Oh yeah. We have like a Aasimar thing, right?
Okay, it's going to be 36 points of
It's the
necrotic
how
damage.
many?
36 points.
But necrotic, we are resistant, right?
Oh, I think so.
As
Yeah.
Aasimar.
Okay.
Let me check that.
It should be under your defenses at the top of the page.
Yep.
Resistant.
necrotic.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Great. So you'll take half of that.
So 18.
Only 18.
Only
I'm
18.
just saying,
It
that's
could
all I
have
have
been ending.
No, that went from being like, oh, I'm unconscious
Yeah.
to okay.
What do you, how do you
Thanks,
feel it? Could you use a,
I could use something, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
well, I have something you can.
Oh, that's
but-
right, yeah, I forgot you have the thing. Well, I may have got it this time here in case I do
So
that.
then roll your concentration, a con check.
Ah, poop on a stick.
11.
Freaking clerics.
11?
Next
Yeah.
time. Next time. No, it'll be great when we're done.
How do I know?
I always forget to look at that.
No, you're good.
Let's see.
I'm
You
just here to push your
lose your
Thanks.
concentration.
How do I know I lost it?
I believe it.
Really, I'm here to save you from doing something and then the chat on stream just being like,
You
can't
can't.
do that.
But sometimes that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
But
We've
nice.
been playing for 2 years.
Yeah.
Save you Val.
Yeah, how do you lose your concentration?
You get hit.
You gotta roll,
I know, I rolled.
and it's either B10 or the damage, whichever is.
So it's 10 or half the damage you take, which would be the half damage, right? Because you only took half.
Half of half.
Half of the half.
Is it? That's what I.
Because you only took a certain number, and then it's
Yeah.
half of that number. So
Okay.
it's
So
9
only
or
half
10,
of that.
whichever is higher.
Whichever's, you always take the
Well,
low.
I rolled an 11.
You need
Then
to
he's good.
higher. Yeah, so you're good either way, because half of the half. Ah, That 36 could have just been devastating.
Why are you so sad?
It's
Because
the DM's job to
he's
tell
a
us.
really cool bad guy. He's supposed to do a lot of damage. Alright, so you're fine. You maintain your concentration on
I'm
this
sorry.
crazy 10-round witch bolt. It's just more entertaining, guys. That's all. Alright.
So fun with your character.
I get to do so many more fun things because I don't have to worry about putting points of damage because it's like he's got this.
It's just a
little
just
Energizer
a
bunny
little
over here.
taser I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he walked across dead bodies to get to you to try to stop it, and it didn't work. Not dead, unconscious.
Not dead. He was spared.
He was spared. He's no longer dying. Alright. So that will be, let's see, his spell. Now he is going to actually, he's only got a dagger and he wants a spear back, which is behind you, so he's going to disengage from Miniel if you feel...
Attack of opportunity will be taken tonight.
Yes.
Right here.
And he's going to go around Vayler so he doesn't get an attack of opportunity there. Vayler is a lot smaller than his base, so it's just like...
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He is on
He's
top
just
of
super
Vayler
cool
at
and
all
he needed a
times.
bigger base. And
Is
he's
he,
going to pick up his spear there and
Okay.
turn around
He's just up in here
and
then.
stab it into you.
Oh yay.
But opportunity attack first.
Does it make sense to cast like Sacred Flame at him?
Did you cast a spell last time? You can't.
Just hand axe and the.
Oh, I've got my
And
hand axe in
spiritual
my
weapon.
hand, and
Oh,
I've got my
so
shield.
yeah, you can. If there's a react,
I don't know if you can cast spells as reaction. Unless you have a reaction
unless
spell.
it's a reaction spell, I don't
Right,
think
Because if
it
it's an
is.
action, it's a different type of
Yeah.
activity.
Right.
Hit him
Okay.
with your axe.
Smack him! It worked
Yeah,
last
we'll
time!
Smack him.
Smack
Yeah.
him! Well, I almost said don't use that when it's bad. I was like, no, this will be fine.
It wasn't.
I should have said it.
It was an 8.
I thought it really loud.
So he gets away.
He gets away. So he manages to evade your axe that came into his back last time.
Really annoyed.
Makes his way around, grabs a spear, stabs it into you. No, he's not. He's not going to do that with a 2.
Just dodge it with my shield.
Sure
Still
do.
Sorkin's up.
I'm like, not again, sir.
Yeah, he comes up to try to stab it, and you've already got your shield there, and it just reflects right off without any problems at all. Okay, and then next up is going to be Finn.
Finn's gonna try and firebolt him again. He's closer now. Ooh! 17!
17 will hit.
Yes! More confident.
Mhm.
Nearsighted. I rolled 15 points of damage.
Wow.
Nice.
And don't mind me, I'm just sidling over here.
Okay, bye.
Just kind of like, yeah, running past, just kind of like underhand lob one at him as I'm just moving to the other side.
Nice. So yeah, you just okay, and you fire this bolt towards him. It envelops him in this flame. He is looking really, really rough now, as if he's barely holding on. As the flames subside, you see that he is just bloodied everywhere and kind of falling apart.
I'm tempted with my having sort of probed into his mind, just being like, I don't want to like break him down, but I don't know if that's if Finn would be that dirty.
Finn might be. He's been. His friend is down.
It's true.
Did you want to say something? Free action.
I feel so bad. You failed, KithLord! You failed!
I love it. Alright, nice.
I am dunking on him both literally and figuratively.
His soul is crushed as
What is
well.
wrong with you?
You killed my friend, but you still failed!
He's not dead.
I don't know, that one was over there.
I'm yelling at you.
On your side.
He isn't dead. It's fine.
I fixed him. I fixed him. Brings us to Crawley.
Like him.
Be careful, I haven't seen what happens next.
It's the end of my visions.
Oh god, it's mayhem. Chaos on the battlefield.
Ooh.
Since we've made it canon and Crowley?
Yeah.
Crowley keeps moving in front of me. Finn takes a moment to inspect his backside.
Yeah, what should you roll for that? I'm just kidding.
Perception?
Perception.
What do you do? Yeah, 19.
Oh, Chloe, roll for charisma?
He keeps moving in front of me. I'm just like, alright, take it from you.
I mean, he's an Aasimar, so it's in the name.
Maybe I wasn't looking at his bum, maybe I'm looking at his calves. I'm just like,
And you're like,
Whatever it is, it looks good.
that's not great. Yeah.
okay, that's really what I was trying to do.
That's enough.
Back to the game.
You're not from around here, are you?
He lowers his glasses.
You did this to me. So
You see one naughty picture in my
you let,
encyclopedia.
no. You called me out for coming out with my buddy.
What are you? You said you came out with your buddy.
Bulletin.
Bullentrin.
Alright,
Okay,
Chloe.
so I cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
Damage again.
What?
Fire.
Moving
Fire.
mile.
Okay.
I'm just good.
15.
Good segue.
15 to hit does not. So you again make the spell into resistance, change it into flame, and as you fire it off,
Just digging in all directions. It's just a trench.
you feel distracted by something behind you that just
The male
goes off.
A soft
And
whistle.
you're just distracted enough to make it go just over the top there. But on your turn, the fire has spread.
Oh boy.
I think that was a fun jump. And let's see.
What?
Okay.
What could possibly be the consequences of our actions?
Nothing.
The fire has spread and continued into the forest. There is a bit of it now on fire and continued.
Oh my gosh.
Well done.
Okay.
I hope this isn't important.
Seems like something.
For the class, last time we set the forest on fire, a very angry fae came and I had to sacrifice a lot of books.
Well,
So I chose to sacrifice a lot of books. I filled my backpack with water and I tried to help put the forest out because that's the only bag I had. And all my books were in there.
you did have a water skin, but you did indeed dunk your backpack
What's
in.
my intelligence?
You have been undermined.
What's my wisdom?
It's pretty good. But there was a dryad that seemed very angry that her forest was on fire.
You were intelligent and wise enough to know that the backpack would be a way better carrier of water than that
It
was.
did carry
That's
quite
exactly
a
what
bit.
it was. I was also smart enough to know we were going to be in trouble.
Yes, you did manage to make sure that the dryad was not angry with you, right?
But
for
not
that.
smart enough to bully this beforehand.
So
Anyway, I'm
Call to
worried.
action in the heat of the moment. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just act.
Right,
That's just a sign of heroism.
you never know how you're gonna react in an emergency
Yeah.
until it happens.
Yes. So what
But now you know
I'm
to dump out your
concerned.
backpack before we.
But now, this time,
The more you
my
know.
book's already out. I'm just worried now that we've set this forest on fire that the Fae are gonna come and murder us.
Or
And so
murder
then
the
what I'm
bad
trying
guy.
to say is, if that happens, please blame someone that's not in our party. Thanks.
We'll point at the bad guy.
Yeah.
in fire.
So it's all within like 6 seconds.
But on your turn, you can say.
Yeah, I know,
At the
I didn't
moment,
say it.
yeah. At the moment, we just let you all know that this has happened before.
Right.
You have a little.
Exposition.
Yes.
Sorry.
A little glimpse into Crowley's mind here. Anything else, Crowley?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay. Minion.
Yes. So I will. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
Yes, and.
Yeah, I see him over there yonder, beyond Vayor, and I am going to, let's see. Well, what I'm gonna do is I see that Vayor's looking rough, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Dome. Okay, so I'm gonna go.
You do you. You have no idea. You were gonna smite him.
I saw you go like this, and I was like.
And I went, yeah. He did tell me he said don't do that, and he did, yeah, that was my beat. So, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith actually on him. And give him, it gives you +2 to your AC. For, it's concentration, so I need a condition marker.
I've organized.
Yeah, wow. For up to 10 minutes, so you've got that for a while. And yeah, you're shimmering. It's quite pretty. And then yeah, my spiritual weapon is going to try and buff the bad guy on the head.
What is it that you did?
One last time. You have +2 to AC.
No, but I mean, what shield of faith?
Shield of Faith, yeah. And come on, purple and blue.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, it's a 15, which is the best I've rolled, so I just think you need to make.
I will take that into consideration against his 17 AC. And after much thought, say that it misses.
But my spiritual weapon.
The math checks out.
I want my spiritual weapon to flank. Can it flank?
You kind of have that. Wait, did you roll? Did you attack with the spiritual weapon?
Yeah, so I just said I gave him +2 to AC, and then I used the bonus action for my spiritual weapon.
Yeah, that checks.
Actually,
many-
shield of
how many
faith is
feet
a
can it
bonus
miss?
action.
20.
20.
Yeah.
I don't think it can flank, because it's not a creature.
Yeah.
I actually don't think it can flank. That doesn't make sense.
I think that's
Yeah.
closest.
But anyway,
get to the other side of the
I want to like bop him on the head. That's
Oops.
so he got bopped and it wasn't hard.
You rolled a 15 for the bop?
15.
He
wow.
did. So didn't get bopped.
No.
It doesn't bop.
No bopping was
No
made.
bopping.
Despite increasing competency, no bops were achieved.
No
No
bops.
bops achieved. Yeah, so the book comes up to bop, and the book bops the snow and misses our bopping target.
The man is unbopped.
He's unbopped.
No Shadar-kai were bopped in the making of this program.
No, indeed.
Kinda's out of control. Oh.
Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
Ooh.
That's
Next time, maybe.
We're out of actions.
I have movement.
You do have
You
movement.
do have movement, which is not an action, so.
Movement's not gonna help me. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. At this point, that last elk is gonna
yes.
run away.
Yes.
It runs away.
Right here. It runs away.
Yes. Yes. And the KithLord himself, he is going to signal for one of those 5 to come to him. And the guy that was beside him that originally carried in the SoulJars, he is going to take the SoulJar from his belt, put it back on the pillow as well as the other one. And that guy is going to put them into a box. So when he does this, let me describe it just a bit, because the pillow is still like on, I say pillow, it's like a tray, but it's like padded, so it's really nice and like velvety. Anyway, this little container is attached to him via manacle cuff, and he puts it into a box, and there's a place where the cuff comes through. He locks the box, but he is still strapped to it, only it is in the box. So he's like, this is not leaving him. And then he takes that and he turns and with the other person starts to walk towards the camp. The other 3 people, the KithLord signals to, and they come up and he sends them the same direction as the other ones. The Kithgar that is battling you all is looking really rough, makes eye contact with the KithLord, and the KithLord says,
No.
and
Poop, I missed my chance.
I know, I was so close.
and then he
Haha! Well, wait, well, the impossible.
and then let's see, the Kithguard that you are battling kind of hangs his head in a bit of shame. That's all you can really do in 6 seconds. So the KithLord is still standing there, but he's given several instructions.
Are the jars packed up?
They
in
are-
that 6 seconds?
Yeah, he was standing right there and gave the signal.
And he just goes.
Yeah, they're packed up. I'll say, okay, they're in the box. The box is not yet closed.
Okay.
Excellent.
So what you're saying is
Excellent.
there's still a
So what I'm saying
chance.
is, you have a second. Sure, good point. 6 seconds. Yes, they're in the box, not locked.
With the Kithguard?
So there is, that's the guy that was carrying it and the guy that he's like assigned to go with him. 2 separate people, not the Kithguard you're battling, but a different.
Yeah, there's another.
Shadar-kai.
Yeah.
There's another guy next to the KithLord who's got a box
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
just put the jars in.
Just put him in.
Haven't
Jars
Haven't locked it.
Jars are going into the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Alright. In this slice of time, the jars are going into the box.
Yeah.
You should.
I don't know. And then the KithLord has kind of turned for the next thing. So there are currently no spectators. They're all running off to the woods.
Getting meaningful looks at
Seemingly
everyone.
importantly.
We're going into the woods.
Yes, kind of. The viewers won't see if I don't come up here. This direction.
Okay.
Still can't see what you did.
Is that the
well.
direction that the camera is? For the folks at home,
That way.
we're this way,
Still can't
the
see.
other way.
Thank you.
Be the table. It's not that direction.
It is actually south, but that doesn't really matter for
We
what you're
don't
seeing.
know what happens in real life.
Could be anything.
It could be anything. That's what happens in that 6 seconds. Next up is Veyor.
Which ball?
He's failed and now he will die. Now
3.
he must die.
And the 3.
And
3
that's-
and still 3.
Second win.
What? Second win?
Mm-hmm.
What are you? She says after
He's
playing
a monster.
3 monster. Fighter?
12.
No, these guys.
I'm a fighter / sorcerer.
Okay. Neat.
I'm learning all kinds of things.
Me too. Except I'm not new.
Are you already multi-classed?
No.
Oh.
I think I have.
He's still doing better than I am, and he multi-class.
I think I have 2.
Remember, kids, multi-classing is fun, but be careful.
But be careful when you're level 3.
Mm-hmm. What is the choice?
I think I have
I
2
think the
levels
choice has
of
been made.
fighter and 1 of sorcerer.
Mm.
I think maybe the other way around. the only possibilities.
Uh-huh.
So,
You, as a second win.
Yeah.
Heals up.
I have
Oh, you healed. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay.
12 HP.
Okay, so
Nice.
you hit him with this witch bolt again, and it's starting to fizzle just a bit, but you notice that it has done a lot more damage than you thought. He seems as if he's swaying and about to fall over.
Also, let me say, this is the first time Witch Ball has ever hit so far that
What
I've had
did-
it.
You only gotta hit once.
Yeah, and
Once
just
you do, you
sustain-
just go to town.
Seriously, how many rounds is that?
I got 4 left.
4. Oh, so 5. 6.
Gosh.
Well, we started with
We've
2
been
off the
playing
top.
for a while, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. We started with 2 off the top with the crit.
Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah, that's true. Y'all had a really strong start. I was worried.
that. And then we.
And then it became more
You know?
even.
And that's why you have insurance.
You guys all got your battle insurance.
Yeah,
Before
oh yeah.
we start, yeah.
I always take out adventure
Clean that up.
insurance before I leave the library.
No, I look back. I look at the
So
cue
do I.
card.
It's quite smart.
Oh, let me turn on. I look at what's happening
Uh-huh.
over here.
Uh-huh.
I look back at you and I go, fly. You always know it. That's a copyright. Fly.
Just fly.
You silly person.
Okay, so next what happens is out of the flames of the forest,
What boy?
you see emerging.
The other way.
Huh? The eagles have come. There is. You gotta admit that.
Generic eagles.
Any eagles would
Yeah,
do.
Really an eagle. I'll take
Yeah.
any eagle.
Patriots, really American Eagles.
Sure, that's what I'm talking
Regardless
about.
of size.
Yeah.
There
Anyway.
are some golden yellow leaves that start shimmering through,
Hey.
and from those leaves you see a vaguely humanoid form, and then suddenly their eyes open and there are these like blazing red eyes coming from
Everyone
the forest.
pointed the KithLord.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's fine. Those of us that know.
Your character wouldn't know.
Yeah,
No, I
your
have
character
no
would not
idea.
know, yeah. But they
they
know me.
I'm probably not even looking at the fire. I'm distracted.
They're going to move. Let's see. I've got some extra minis, but nothing that looks like that. So this pretty little girl here.
Where's your leaf
Just more
monster?
basilisks.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All basilisks.
They're all basilisks.
They're all basilisks. And a girl.
And a lady.
And a lady.
A basilisk master. She walks into the window just to.
With
Oh
her
my gosh, she's
basilisk
covering a
on
lot of
chain.
ground.
She's at 60 feet of movement.
Oh.
So she is going to breeze right in. Her leaves rippling.
I have
behind
never
her.
heard the
What,
word
did I
breeze
recognize this
so
lady?
aggressively.
Grandma chicken salad. Yes. She breezes right in, leaves rippling, and some flame caught on some of them on the side of her.
Frightened.
You might have to roll for it.
Do I recognize her?
Is this
You
bird?
don't recognize her.
Oh.
The one thing
This
we
is-
haven't
this is-
slept with.
This is the manager.
So,
I'm the sports manager.
Karen.
Karen.
Karen the
I
Dryad.
I'm
Oh, Karen.
So they are now here. Next up is the Kith, who is going to, let's see.
I doubt it. He's on his last legs.
He is on his left. He's used all of his high level spells. He's going to fire Eldritch Blast. Yes. He's going to fire Eldritch Blast to Velar and Rolly and Finn.
Oh boy.
Because he knows you've been.
Well, I did insult him.
You
Wait,
did
wait.
insult
You did
it.
run right past
Do
him.
know.
Can I ask?
Oh
Does-
no, I told him it was
is
a
there
failure.
cover?
Yeah.
Is there cover here?
Ooh.
Rolling in the way. I guess it is. It's a blast. Maybe. Let's see.
There's a lot of space there. It's supposed to be 5 feet. I don't know how big Crowley is.
He's 5
Maybe
feet
that
wide.
wing is.
Right, his wing is not out.
I-
Yeah,
I'm
his
not-
wings aren't out right now.
I'm not in a hurry to throw Crowley under the bus.
Was
So.
Crowley actively
I'll
trying
take my licks if this is what's coming to me.
I
I
think
put on my mage armor for a reason.
it's gonna hit just Finn, but it's gonna be close. Yeah, I think it's just gonna hit him.
Oh, what? Did we? Wait, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Do everything.
Are you what?
said, well, hold on.
wait. Hold. Yeah, are you trying to shield him? Is that why you keep moving in front of him?
Unclear.
Oh, come on, you can tell us.
If that was the point, I guess the DM would need to know, because
Yeah.
if you're actively trying to be covered, yeah.
So 19 to hit.
All of us?
Yes, the 3 that I named.
Yeah. Gets there.
No!
It doesn't hit you?
No, because I have a +2.
That's terrible. Good work.
Clerics!
Clerics, yay! Okay,
Yeah.
the other 2 of you are going to take some damage.
I was like, yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Give it to me.
Is it necrotic though? Because then we can still have it.
It's not.
The word feels
What
like
is this
so
one?
cool.
Class?
Force damage.
Oh, never mind. I thought she was doing that other one.
No.
Did she do
19.
Yikes!
Wait, plus what?
That's enormous.
it? Plus what?
Do you have like
22.
Do you have like agonizing blast? That's insane.
3d8.
Oh right, because he gets to split it 3.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Who's dead?
Oh no, I'm up.
Sound off. You've got more hit points than I do by a lot. So way to go on that. Yep. The
He has
wizard
more?
has twice as many hit points as I do.
I'm
What
sorry.
level is wizard?
I was looking at the one before it because these are all squished together. That's chill touch, which he hasn't used. So you're absolutely right. This is way less than that.
Okay, I was gonna say like that's potent.
You're absolutely
That
right.
is quite strong.
It is 3 beams, and that's where it gets.
It's like a
He's level
D10
one.
each, right?
Yes,
For each beam.
but then he has an AC bonus,
Yeah,
and it
he's
was
got-
max. So,
Still not have that much.
14 damage.
Okay.
Awesome.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's better.
Okay, so 14 and who else did I say?
Crowley?
Crowley, yes, 14 damage. And that one is force damage.
Yep. I'm forced.
I would say the word feels pretty cool right now.
Mm-hmm. But he does. So yeah, the beam comes right at you.
That's stressful to hear.
Ooh.
Cannot break your concentration. You will continue to hit him. And the other 2 of you take this blast of energy and are forced back just a bit with this damage. And then he is going to take his spear and attack you because he's going to hit
Sam.
you. Oh. 25 to hit.
Oh, come on.
He rolled an 18.
We did it!
And he's going to do.
He can bleed.
He can bleed.
But can he concentrate?
That's the question.
6 points of piercing damage. And then he's going to do some. 14 points of necrotic damage.
This is 1 on 5.
Is that, do I half it or is that already half?
No, you can half that. So 7 points
But I have
of necrotic damage. Are you still standing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eh?
Roll a concentration check for your witch bolt.
Come on, we pull.
to. How are you today?
How are you today?
I don't want to be out.
20.
20 for your concentration? Yeah, you maintain it.
Tris is so
I'm so annoyed by this.
Yeah, you
Fine.
do fine.
My last druid.
break down
Yeah. My last druid had that awesome lightning spell that I
Yeah.
used way too much, so I guess this is just karma.
I can concentrate too.
Yeah. Okay, and then
You have to
he-
give a cool description, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so he comes back with his spear and does manage to land it, but you've just focused all that pain and energy into your witch bolt and continue to fire it. Even as
Grit your teeth.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Even as the veins in your body start to just like ripple from taking this necrotic energy, you just like take
Capped.
Yeah.
Do you have that again? Okay, good.
No,
I'm just gonna scream capped every time I hear the
he
word
just got
necrotic.
poked.
Yeah, okay.
I would be down if I didn't have it.
Okay.
Nice.
So
There you
if you now the one to heal me.
Thanks, Aspen.
You have time.
I give you
I
permission
didn't
to
want to
save my
have to
life.
heal you. This is really annoying. I actually had plans this round.
You're good. We're good.
Clerics always get have
Well,
that burden.
I have things to do.
Finn.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Well, I got blasted as I'm like pulling out my spellbook and sort of like running across the green. I was like, kind of like readjust my glasses, flip through my book, make some swirly, whirly gestures, and cast fly on myself.
Nice.
What?
So I will cast fly on myself as I continue running, and I'll run to where presumably this guy with a closing box is, and go, thanks.
Bye.
Squishy lizard.
I don't know. I'm sure that was off camera because I stood up, but I grabbed the jars out and then fly up into the air.
Okay, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I think I'm okay at that.
You might contest it with some decks.
No! I rolled a natural one.
Oh no!
How hard is it to grab a jar?
Oh, it would have been so epic. You had that much.
Can I just grab the box? I mean, like,
Were they connected to it though?
Oh.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to grab the jar.
You said we'll be okay
Oh.
before you started your turn.
I was
to
rooting
be-
for you here. It was
and
a
it was
good
lies.
good plan.
We
He had him
will.
on his wrist, like handcuffs.
He hadn't closed the box.
He had
So
me
he's just
just
got jars in a box.
Yeah.
But
They're
the jars
attached to
aren't
him.
attached to the box.
Yeah.
The box is
Attached to him.
attached to him, but
Yeah.
the jars aren't attached to the
I
box.
thought the jars were attached to him.
No.
No, the little thing that they sit in is so he's like attached to the box when it's closed.
I thought it had a hole in the box you said, and they were like he was attached to the jars inside.
It does, but until he locks it, it's fine. So like they're open right now, but when he locks it, they'll be locked in with it. He'll be chained to it
Okay.
from the inside.
My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
I know. I'm like really bummed for you. It was
Same.
such a cool thing. So all right.
I guess I go careening off into space with nothing in my hands. That was awesome.
I did it.
Now watch in disappointment.
You will see me, you will see Finn fly. Fly away.
Do you have extra movement? Or are you gonna fly?
It was lovely meeting you.
His taunts have turned into compliments. Do you have? If you have more movement, you can.
I don't know, I moved
You moved a lot.
5 feet, and then
Not so far.
I have 60 feet fly speed.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've got plenty.
So I don't know
Good
if I can
body.
like loop and come around for another pass. If you'll give that to me,
Oh, it's such a good idea, DM.
It is such a cool thing, and I really want you to succeed, but I'm trying not to be biased here. Okay,
I
let's
know.
see.
Dude.
I would say it's an action to
You have
interact
been
with an object.
actively
Okay.
cheering
So,
for the other team.
I have been cheering for him to make some really cool attacks,
Mhm.
but this is like a really cool plan, and I love it.
Fun.
But it is an action to interact with an object. So that is your action. If you've
Okay.
got anything that could help you with a bonus action,
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I cast my fly spell and tried to
So-
grab the jars. That's all I got in me.
that's
Yeah.
very much it. Yes.
Well, I'm up in the air, so
You're
we're
up
just
in the
gonna. Well, if I make it next time around, I'll try and swing back by. Maybe somebody can, I don't know, lay down behind him, and somebody else can push him over, and the jars will fall out of the snow.
I'll do that after I heal.
Yeah, perfect, great.
Okay.
How rough is he looking?
Really bad. Like he's about to fall over dead. He's looking rough.
I
Okay.
can't. I got it.
I yell at
I
you.
got
Fly.
to save your butt.
Fly.
And you hear in the distance.
Hear me yell at you. I got this.
So your wizard suddenly
I'm coming back.
jumps up
You lose
in the air,
control of flight.
runs by where the KithLord is, just put the jars into it, tries to take
my hands, so I'm just like, what am I doing with my hands? Ah!
Flies away. With the one, I feel like there should be more to it, but it's just such a sad thing anyway.
It's
that
so,
it's just
I'm
gonna
already
call
broken,
it.
just don't. There's no need.
I
You
mean,
can't make it worse.
I'm gonna go ahead and commiserate with
Oh,
you. I
man.
had a pretty
That feels so
embarrassing
bad.
day.
That feels so bad.
That's rough. And he flies off the battlefield.
Never to be seen.
We'll say I probably only make it 20 or 30 feet before realizing that I just don't have the jars. So I'm not going to use my full, where I have to come all the way back down and then just settle down and like try again.
Sure.
Kind of like
Oh, wait.
the cartoons slide to a stop.
There's an air pile of dust at your
Yep.
feet. Crowley.
So has he closed the box?
He is not. We've not come back to that one yet.
Do it, Crawler. Get the box. Can you steal one of their like cool chains? Eventually. Remember their cool chains that they have? You should steal one of those eventually.
He's probably trying to steal the jars though.
I mean, after the jar stealing. Not right now.
How large did you say these jars are?
So they're fairly small. Like they would fit in a pocket. Like I don't know how big that is.
I bet you it's fine.
Can I run towards the KithLord, cast prestidigitation,
What is going on?
make a puff of wind, maybe blow the jars out of the box towards me,
Okay.
so they fall on the ground?
Towards you. If you're pushing it, it would probably be away from you. But you
Well, it
could-
doesn't. Can I cast it towards myself? I mean,
How far does it cast you?
well, I was saying I'm running towards him.
Okay.
So as I'm almost there, I'm casting it.
Okay.
So I'll be within 10 feet when I cast it.
Okay. Sure. What do we want to do? Go ahead and make a. For prestidigitation, they don't give you much guidance.
What's your guess?
Falls out of the box.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him roll a dex check to see if he can hold on to it. I want you to roll just roll a regular attack. You can use your spell attack modifier, and we'll contest it.
19.
He had a 15. So yes, you run up to him, fire this puff of wind, and he does in fact fall forward with the SoulJars into the snow. So they are out of the box on the snow in front of you.
Okay, so I moved, I guess, 10 feet. Take the rest of the 10 feet, grab the jars, and can I throw them up in the air to him?
You couldn't do all of that in your turn. Prestidigitation is an action, so I'll say as a bonus action you can pick them up. Interact with an object is an action, but this is a really fast thing. It's 6 seconds. I'm gonna say yes. You can pick them up, but you won't be able to throw them in that time.
Okay.
So you have them in your hands.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be more to this. Y'all are doing good.
Well,
All right,
We
good.
got this.
That'll be the end of your turn, Menial. What would you like to do?
okay. First thing Manila's going to do is heal Veyor. I'm going to use Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 9 points of healing for you, Veyor. I'm gonna take my spiritual weapon and eye the KithLord and fling it at her. Him, them.
Which Kith guy?
I'm sorry, the one that's like.
The one that's holding the box that was holding the box?
Actually, if we've got the box. I didn't think we were gonna have the boxes.
Yeah.
I might just try to bop the dying guy.
Okay, with your spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You take it down with
It worked!
What?
For the first time! 21 versus 18.
That will hit!
Yay! It's never happened before. I don't know what damage it does. Okay. Back to this.
It just goes. Boop.
7 points.
How do you want to do this? Book the numbers.
Alright. Okay, let's sit down. Let's stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm really concentrating on it this time because it's just not working. And I whap my hand up and I want it to open and then smack him on either side of the head, like right over his ears, and knock him out.
Great. So, video.
What's the pages?
Those pages.
Those the dog-eared pages.
Over there.
So, the spiritual weapon, Miniel has a moment where she sees things are actually going in their way for a moment. And she's very inspired by this. She looks back, focuses with all of her energy on her spiritual weapon, flips back to the previously embarrassing page that she has now owned. It comes towards him, and he sees this image coming at him.
And that's how we
And then straight in between the book pages, as it opens up, his dead body drops into the snow.
As a free action,
Yeah.
I turn to the Fae
Yeah.
chick and I say, please, I would love to help with that fire. I'm very interested in it, and don't hurt me.
Roll persuasion.
The fire which they caused.
Yes, the fire I did not cause.
Actually, roll deception.
I didn't cause that fire. It's not deception. It's persuasion.
Alright. Roll persuasion. I suppose you didn't cause
I didn't
it.
touch it.
I have a master's degree in persuasion and gender.
I went to persuasion college. Okay, alright. It's an 11. It's not the best I've ever rolled, but I've had a good turn and I'm feeling lucky.
Listen,
So she seems to pay attention to you and looks back at the KithLord with anger.
It was him.
So we will see.
Wait, is this guy down there?
He is gone. Y'all have defeated.
D-E-D.
Well,
Yeah.
this is gone.
Yeah. We'll leave this
Wait,
body.
with this bridge weapon.
Just on top
The
of it.
gummy bear.
We're actually out of gummy bears, so if you want to give me that.
No, there's more.
Ah,
It's
bless.
all now.
We got
No, it's fine, it's fine.
We got twin snakes too. I mean, the non-brands.
Matching
That's all right,
reptiles.
Matching reptiles. Okay, that was a great turn.
That was
I felt
amazing.
much happier. Okay, good.
End on a good note.
Yeah, and now I'm about to die.
That's what we do.
So I'm debating. We usually finish at midnight, and it is indeed midnight. You have defeated the KithLord. There's a lot happening right now.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna say let's do like 10 or 15 more minutes, and then we will call it.
Okay.
So we may still be mid-initiative or battle or something, depending on how this goes.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So that was Miniel's turn. Next up is the KithLord, who, seeing that you have decided to do this and that his KithGuard has fallen is going to turn around, because he was starting to run off towards all of this as well. He's going to turn around, and I guess I should put them back where they should actually be. I'm gonna just reuse this guy as the guy with the box. Ta-da! He was here. KithLord was running off here. He's going to turn.
Doing my jars.
Yeah. Sensing this.
Here, come this way so the camera can see it.
Well, I just wanted to put them back on the board here.
Yeah. You can see where they are.
Yeah.
Actually, you can.
Yeah, there's some interesting dynamics
Well,
here.
you're desynced. Battlecam's got it.
There we go.
Battlecam's got it?
Battlecam's killing it.
Battlecam's got
I feel like I keep bumping the Battlecam. It's
Nah.
It's good.
It's good news. Okay.
Battlecam on point.
Awesome. So, what happens here? It's let me think about this. Okay.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
So, I think you said his soul is in this SoulJar.
What are you gonna
What
do?
happens if we break the jar?
Oh, jeez.
But I'm not sure we're supposed to break it.
So,
What happens?
the KithLord is going to stand there,
Cool.
turning towards you. Yeah, crawling. And he is going to say, "You don't want to do this. Give it back." And make a persuasion check. Go ahead. Well, it's so hard to do with real PCs.
You give him an insight.
Yeah, give him an insight. So you do insight. He's gonna roll insight for me, Crowley.
I'm so nervous.
Okay.
Oh.
So you sense that he cannot attack you, and he has a little bit of desperation going on here.
Do what?
He has a little bit of desperation in his plea. You do feel a little concerned for him, but you can decide what to do with that feeling.
Crawly.
What's crawling in the fallen Aasimar gonna do with that
Yeah.
information?
That, I mean,
sense weakness.
yeah.
Are you still in combat?
You are still in initiative, yes. And actually, I need to roll one more in. Okay. That will be his turn. He will spend it trying to get your empathy.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Locked up that trait.
Yeah.
Benioff says in character. That's not true. That didn't happen. Sorry. Apologies.
Neo sees it from afar going like, oh.
We laugh.
Oh God.
Okay. That's what he's gonna do on his turn for this one. Next up is Favor.
I will. I guess I don't need this anymore. There we go. Concentrate.
For the first turn in this combat,
And the last two
Favor
and a
has not had to
half.
think about which bolt. A world of possibilities is opening up for you.
What happened?
I could do anything.
Give me that encyclopedia.
Cast which bolt on something else.
Immediately.
Again. Round two.
do you have the jars? Or are they on the floor? I didn't know.
In my hand.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to come over here. I'm ready. I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna hold Thunderclap.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna hold Thunderclap. And in case if he tries to do anything funny or attack, that's when I'll raise it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, and I say, Crowley, don't give him the jars. That's bad.
Our last like 3 sessions have been straight role playing. So this is our first straight combat for a while. We haven't had to use much voice. Character?
What is my motivation?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got your action ready. Next up is our dryad friend that joined the party.
Oh boy. I
She
say that every time.
Ew.
Oh god! There wasn't to
Do
be!
you want to do anything?
No, my spiritual weapon's still out.
Oh.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
Don't mess with that gummy bear.
Yeah. Not a gummy bear.
So, that killed a kid guard.
It's pretty
That's
powerful.
no ordinary
It's a weapon
gummy
of
bear.
divine fury.
It's lethal.
She's going to, from her hand, kind of create a club, like that extends from her arm,
Wow.
and it sparks with some magical energy. And then she is going to take it and just kind of beat on the KithLord's dead body for a
Oh,
minute.
well, let's, I mean.
Yeah, so is she walking
him
forward
being
right
down,
now?
Bit
she's
intense.
very much
Can't
going to
keep
hit
up.
him, and she's doing a decent amount of damage, I'm sure. Yeah. So yeah, she's just
Critical
like,
automatically?
yeah. If he was making death saves, you feel as if he's probably failed.
Awesome.
She's very happy about it, and she will spend her turn doing that this time. Next up is the Shadar-kai that is attached to the box. He is going to get up, and he is going to start to, he grabs the box, and he like adjusts the dial on it. And as he starts to do that, the KithLord yells out, "No!" And he stops what he's doing, and instead takes, instead he's just going to wait there. He's going to wait for instructions because he is intimidated. Yes, he's going to sit there and kind of look around and try to take in the situation for a minute and hold an action with where he's at. Next up is, oh, he's dead, not him. Good.
So I stepped away for a moment.
Yeah,
Crowley's
flew away.
Crowley's holding the jars.
Stepped away.
Crowley is currently holding the jars.
So I'm flying away. Realize I don't have the jars. But I'm holding my spellbook. So I'll put my spellbook back in the sort of like
Shake.
stirrup that holds it while I'm doing things. Kind of loop around, swing back down, and I'm going to try and grab the non-glowy jar. Crowley's hand.
Out of Crowley's hand? Okay.
So I need to slide my hand again.
Will you let him take it, or are you trying to keep it?
Yeah, let him take it.
Okay.
Okay, you have it.
Come down for the swoop. I grab it,
Mm-hmm.
and I continue my fly speed.
Okay.
And I shout, "See you in Vesselheim!" But I'm trying to cure the curse!
I do like it.
and thus conveniently exit Finn from the adventure.
So we're coming back about 20, you make it about 40 feet away, which is pretty far.
My rope kind of. There we
There
go!
So wait,
I just kind of like, I made it like 20 feet, I like loop back around, so like another 20 down, swoop low, kind of got the hand off, and then opposite the direction where everybody sort of exiles, and I just kind of head out this way,
That way,
and then
okay.
kind of like see if I can get a little in. But I'm more or less I'm zooming out of the picture.
Okay. But you've got 60 feet flying speed with that?
Yeah, 60 feet would fly.
Okay, so move him 40 feet away from Crawley.
Yeah, this direction.
Yonder.
And I guess I'm trying to use some upward, so I don't, if that's like 10, 20, 30, 40, or
Those
like
5 or
5,
10
10,
feet.
15, 20.
Okay.
So I'm moving at a diagonal. I'm gaining whatever the
Proportionate
the
altitude.
Z plane is. So
Let's
if
use
I
the Pythagorean theorem here,
Yeah, yeah.
and it'll
Yeah.
probably be just move him back
Oh, that's
10
cool.
feet for the upward.
I can run the math
Motion.
if I need to.
Somewhere around here.
I'm not worried about it. I think this is fine. You're 10 feet up and 30 feet from there.
Ice boxes work well for.
Yeah, I really like that actually.
Yeah.
Okay. The fly spell, how long does that last?
That's a good question.
I think it's concentration for 10 minutes.
Wow. All right. Okay.
Make
So
notes,
we
people.
won't worry about
I
that for a
literally
minute.
did this at the beginning of the game, just for this purpose.
That's awesome. Okay. Crowley.
Were we supposed to have both of the jars?
We could get both jars
But we
if
need-
we wanted to. We don't need both jars. We should probably get both jars. Or we should run.
Look, his hand looks like he's holding some kind of
I
big
know.
jar.
It was made for
I guess I
The mini skate.
run back this way.
Okay.
And I guess just ready action if they come this way or try to attack. Or take the SoulJars or something.
What action are you ready?
Anyone.
I guess my flail.
Okay. And that's if they come at you within range. You'll. Okay. As you leave the range, the guy who had readied an action is going to take it. This is
Wait, this guy?
yeah.
I thought he was holding.
He is he's got the box, but he was holding it. He was readying that action for when
Okay.
if you were to attack or run, he was going to do something. Before you leave his range, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
$14.
14. Okay. His is.
What do you say you were planning to wait till?
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's where those good libraries are.
Okay, so that will fail on his DC, and you are going to. So what happens is he finishes clicking it into place, the little box that he was holding, and it fires out a thunder wave. So you're going to take 8 points of force damage, and anyone within 15 feet of him, you are just out of it.
Infants.
So
What
just
about Buck Boyle back there?
Oh, the one back behind?
Yeah.
He,
Well, I
yeah,
don't think
they're not a person. We just.
Oh,
put
that's
them
just
on
a,
the
oh,
map.
sorry.
They were ready.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
So in
Actually,
actual
let's-
math,
let's replace
that plane is 56 feet.
Yeah.
I'm about 40 feet above the ground, 40 feet from where I started.
There you go. A squared plus B squared. Okay.
I probably didn't solve for a different value, but
I believe your math.
we did some math. It's fine.
It's fine.
Thunder wave.
Yeah, so there was a thunder wave that
Big
fired
point.
up.
I'm gone.
It does have to push you 10 feet away, so you actually do get a little more movement that way, but you do take that force damage. Did I tell you how much it was? Did you already take it?
8.
8. Okay, good.
Looks like a cat down by the forest.
Yeah.
When that happens,
I'm concerned about it.
make Make a dex check to see if you can hold on to the jar with it in your hands as you're being pushed forward.
He has the jars. I have
There's
a
one
jar.
Yeah, you have the one that still has the KithLord
Oh, yeah.
soul in it.
So.
Not gonna make it that easy for you.
Yeah.
It's like, what's something low impact?
17? Okay.
Oh,
How
Wait, what's happening?
There is a contest
I
for
have
the
the
jar.
The
I
jar,
decide.
right? No, I set a
killed the big
DC.
bad. I get to this.
I set a DC and he did make it. So you get pushed forward. I want to say you're not prone with that dex. So you get pushed forward. You still have the jar, and you start to struggle a little bit. You know it's important. You hold on to it, and you are now in place where you want it to be. You've readied your action.
So do I need to go past Menial then? If I was knocked 10 more feet back?
If you were on your way there, if that's where you wanted to stop, you get pushed that 10 feet initially, so you could still stop there if you wanted.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you would, once you leave melee range, get
Okay.
10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But that gives you have 10 extra feet of movement, I guess.
If you wanted to take it, yeah, you would.
I'll say that.
Okay. So anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm going to do second wind.
Okay.
See, 1d10. I gain 10 hit points.
So you can heal for 10.
Okay. Okay, very good. As you're being pushed back, you take some damage, but then immediately gain it back as you take your second wind. Menial.
Okay. I'm going to reach down and touch who's
Bull
my
and
friend?
John.
Yes.
Okay.
Touch him and do healing hands
Mhm.
and restore 3 hit points to him and help him up as my action, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Healing hands is bonus action.
no.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm not helping him up.
Cure wounds?
No, healing. It's healing hands. It's a feature.
Oh,
actually
cool.
for Aasimar. Where'd it go? I do have this.
No,
I was just looking at it.
Yeah, it's just hiding.
Here it is. It's hiding.
Oh,
Yeah.
just touch a creature and restore 3 hit points.
Yeah, I just touched him, restore 3 hit points, and I tell him, who is this?
What's this? Bull and Trin?
Bull and Trin.
I keep trying to call him Bertrand.
Bertrand.
Get up, Bert!
I tell him, I get close and I whisper, run, and then I take off.
Okay. You taking off towards the woods?
Goodbye.
Okay.
It's 30 feet's my movement, so I go that far.
Okay. Do you want to move it up? Someone help? 30 feet. Okay.
So close.
Good.
What am I concentrating on?
What are you concentrating on? Oh, your spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah!
No,
Not
it was,
one.
it's Shield of Fate.
Oh yeah, shield of fate. Good.
Oh,
Great.
good
Thanks.
job.
Actually, thank you for reminding me. I take my spiritual weapon, and I move it 20 feet towards the guard.
How long do those last?
Forever.
I don't think so.
It's 1 minute.
Mm.
I
So
don't
he
keep
has a
track.
witch bolt.
Yeah.
So like 3 turns left.
When I end my,
Might have 2.
I have 4
Two left.
turns left.
1 turn ago? Or was it
Yeah,
two?
that was 1 turn ago, so I still have 3 turns.
Okay.
So yeah, I move it 20 feet. And my range is 60 feet, so I can be pretty far away. And I will. Wait, you can make a melee attack. Sorry.
So wait, 30 feet on
Move
you
the
say.
weapon up to 20 feet. Okay, so
So like here.
I'm not within 5 feet.
Well, I guess if you went flying.
Oh yeah, so I'm not within 5 feet yet. So I just move it close. Okay.
Okay.
60 feet.
You're getting close to 60 feet.
I am, yeah. This is fine for now, but next turn I
Actually,
may
think
have some
that's-
difficulty.
That's like exactly 60.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the KithLord, seeing you all start to run away, he is going to turn towards Vegor. And he is going to. He is going to start casting this thing.
Thunderback.
No.
It's a
It
funny
says
business.
why.
Sounds like a
Huh?
problem.
It's a,
Okay.
if you
It's your
guys do
problem.
anything funny
Oh.
or
Alright,
attack.
I'm trying to refresh.
Then what?
Thunderback.
Oh, is that your reaction? Okay. Yes, go ahead and start rolling.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Oh,
And you're on, and you're caught up. At least briefly.
For 2 seconds.
Wait, what is this one? Oh, no, you have to roll a Constitution saving throw.
That was.
Okay. 19. Okay. So, and then he is going to cast. Let me look at the casting speed on the feet. Yes, on Crawley. He is going to start making just like this glowing thing that starts spinning and spinning and spinning. It's a little bit of a gaseous type thing, and he sends it forward towards you. You look into it, and I am going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. I didn't realize there was gonna be more
5.
going on. I thought we could just leave.
You're technically still,
Yeah.
you're still technically closer now?
That's true. I'm in the initiative order.
Yeah,
And actually, from there, Vegor, I'm also going to need you to make one. A
A what?
wisdom saving throw.
Well, not wisdom.
Not that
No,
one.
I'm not wise enough to know that.
Nope.
Oh wait.
What you got?
9.
9? Okay. I'm going to say nobody else is looking that direction, but 30. Always through the air inside a 30-foot cube in range. Pattern appears for a moment. Yeah. Okay, so the two of you. Okay, so both of you, you see this kind of pattern come up, and it's really interesting. You start to lose yourself in it. And
It might be a mice
it might be. And then you are suddenly, you're feeling like, wow, this KithLord is a really cool guy.
How do you think?
You would really like to be friends with him. And also, gosh, you just can't seem to move your feet.
Neat.
Your speed is now 0, and you are considered charmed. And I do think that this battle is going to continue. So we will pick up here in the order. We're going to mark where we were at and pick up here again next Friday.
Also pretty cute.
Do you want to take a picture of?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic idea.
For continuity. Don't forget these elk basilisks over here. 'Cause I'm heavily invested in
Wait,
their character
They've
arc.
run off now.
We know. I need to know
Wait,
what
no.
happens
What
next.
happens to them?
Wait, those aren't elf bastards, those are other dryads.
Yeah, I know,
Right?
They changed into dryads, yeah.
I'm just not willing to let it go.
What
And I accept this.
Have
He's
they done
honest
anything?
about it, and that's what
I
they
accept
No.
that this is true.
There's just the one dryad.
Yep.
No, you brought in 2 more. With her.
There was something. There was something with her. It was. I don't think it was clearly defined, but there was something, some kind of accompaniment in the trees.
Well, I'll go back there and
We'll watch it together.
Y'all did some interesting things that summoned people.
Agreed.
Okay.
Check the tape.
Check the tape.
Check the
We'll
tape.
go back. I do wanna. Thanks for tuning into our first little stream here, guys.
Yeah.
We did a thing, and
Mhm.
that's really hard, and we were all really nervous. So, anyway, thanks, chat.
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh no, it's all
Well,
over.
I can't come back.
Yeah, game's
Because
over.
Finn has died.
It's better now.
Completely eliminated.
Fall damage, draw for fall
Yes.
damage.
The game is we've ended.
We're done. No more roll.
Don't. You're gonna roll a nat 20 on that. You're gonna be really annoying.
Just perception to see if I notice that you guys were getting beat up.
You didn't.
Anyway, the chat is awesome. I'm really excited to continue to
Yeah.
news.
I have been putting tweets out as we went with the hashtag CritFireDND.
Yay!
So if you watched and enjoyed, I encourage you to also tweet out with hashtag CritFireDND and also hashtag Dangero, but only if you want to make it really heavy. And maybe perhaps through the power that is social media, we can bring even more people into the fold of this
Would be fun.
weird and marvelous game.
Absolutely. And we have recorded since the beginning, so we do have that
Well, audio.
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 We
That's
do have
okay.
it available for our Patreons. If you want to hear more of that story, we'll get a summary up at some point as well, though.
Is that linked
Oh,
on
yeah, I need to write that
the
up.
Twitch?
We're gonna figure that out afterwards.
We'll figure that out.
Patreon is in
we
the
can
chat
talk
feed.
about that because that's one of the things
Yeah.
Okay.
that Streamlabs will be doing.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we hope you'll come back and join us again next Friday
Yes.
at 9:30 for CritFire.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
Say CritFire.
Say your secret crit.
Say CritFire.
I can't stop streaming until you say it.
We'll stay here forever.
He mumbled it, I heard it.
CritFire. Okay.
Sure.
CritFire.